Thomas, must we do this?
It's the only way. Even though we must return to the old country, little Katrina shall be brought up in America.
Oh, my poor baby. So helpless, so trusting, so gentle, so innocent.
Hi, baby. Baby? Nah, couldn't be a baby. Like, man, it looked like a baby. Like, man, it sounds like a baby. Oh. Hey, you. Hey. Are you a baby or a little tiny person? You're a baby.
Dobie!
In his lifetime, my friend Maynard G. Krebs has found many strange things. Jackknives, tinfoil, old string, 2 Landon buttons, bus transfers, and once even a pass to a prize fight between Primo Canera and Jack Sharkey. But a baby? A real live, crying, live baby?
Ooh, what a healthy baby.
Yeah.
280 pounds.
Huh? Maynard, that's $2.80.
She's worth more than that.
Yeah. Gee, it sure likes you, Maynard.
Yeah, thinks I'm its mother.
Oh, look, here's a note.
Ooh, Dobe. It writes better than me.
Dear Sir or Madam.
Yeah, we must fit in there someplace.
Please give to our baby a good home, as we cannot do it ourselves. Her name is Katrina, and she is 1 year old. If she cries, pat the back softly, and she will stop.
Oh. It don't work, though.
The baby's back, Maynard.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. Maynard, we've got to take her down to the police station.
Police? What for, Dope? She didn't do nothing.
Well, they'll try and find her parents. If they can't do that, then they'll find some sort of home for her.
Yeah, I heard about them homes. Nothing but stale bread and water. And maybe once in a while, a whole mess of lumpy oatmeal.
Maynard, they don't do things like that anymore.
Yeah, when she's like around 5, they'll send her out to work. And she'll be like sweeping chimneys and sleep in some cold, miserable corner.
Maynard.
A 5-year-old kid sweeping chimneys or working in a coal
Maynard,
mine.
enough.
And by the time she's 8, she'll be old. And they'll toss her out like a squeezed-out grapefruit.
Maynard, where'd you ever get such silly ideas?
Who says they're silly? Don't you remember them books you read in English class about England? You know, Oliver Twist and David Copperhead?
That's Copperfield, and no wonder you flunked.
Yeah, Copperfield. Them little English orphans got kicked around like cricket balls.
Maynard, times have changed. Those books were written about conditions around 1850.
Only 25 years ago. How much could times change since then?
Now that I think of it, you also flunked math.
Yeah, she'll be wearing old rags and begging for a crust of bread.
Maynard.
No games, no fun, no kidhood.
Maynard, calm
what
down.
a way to treat a poor little baby.
Look,
You're taking away her Halloween and Christmas and Mother's Day, you rat. And what about Father's Day, you other rat?
Maynard, what's the matter with you? Hey, what's that?
Oh, it's a sack of onions. I'm making the afternoon delivery.
It's a baby.
Yeah, baby onions.
It's adorable. Here.
It's no wit, it's a she. If you pat her in the back, she stops crying.
And Maynard found her in the park. This note came with her.
No kidding.
Yeah, take a look.
Oh, poor child. We'll have to turn her over to the police.
Police? Oh, no, stale bread. A cold, miserable corner.
Maynard, not again.
Can't I just keep her for a while?
Maynard, your sentiments do you honor, but we've got no right to keep her.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's always like this with me. As soon as I start to like something, they take it away.
Maynard.
Like that fox terrier I had. Whenever I came home, he'd go, "Ruff, ruff," and I'd scratch his ears and he'd lick my hand. But then he ran away. Then I found this duck. He got so he knew me. Whenever I came home, he'd go, "Quack, quack," and go flapping around the yard, waiting for me to feed him.
Maynard.
But then I had to give him away on account he laid eggs in the neighbor's yard. And now I got this baby, and she knows me too. She even bites her finger. God bless you. She even bites my finger and gets to know me, maybe know my name.
Maynard.
But I'm gonna lose her too, just like I lost my dog and my duck. No more. No more quack, quack, no more.
Maynard, stop it. You're breaking my heart.
Zelda, this is inhuman. Can't we let him keep her just for a little while?
Well,
Oh, hi, kids. Hey.
Hi, Dad.
What are you doing there?
uh,
What are you trying to hide, Maynard?
there's nothing,
A
Mr.
basket
Gillis.
full of nothing.
Onions.
Maynard, come back now, Dad. Listen, I know you don't get onions in a clothes basket.
Dad, wait a minute.
Mr. Gillis, we have to hurry.
Yes, I know. You have to hurry. School. No, I can't say it.
Hey, Dobe, where's Zelda?
In class with everybody else. And Maynard, why are you wearing that knapsack? And don't tell me.
How do we know she isn't a papoose?
Maynard, we've got to find a place to leave her till we decide what to do.
Well,
Maynard, it's a cinch we can't leave her here.
why don't we take her to class with us?
Mr. Pomfret's class? Surely you jest.
Why not? Who noticed one more sleeping kid in that class?
Maynard, it's out of the question.
Well, Dobe,
Well, Maynard,
I asked you first.
I've heard of starting kids in school early, but this is ridiculous.
Now, my young Bunsen burners, let's turn to the study of the element gold. Zelda Gilroy, what do you know about this important metal?
Well, its chemical symbol is AU and its atomic weight is 197.2.
Very good. Chatsworth Osborne, Jr., in what form is gold usually found?
In the form of money.
Well, yes, but it does appear in other forms.
Oh, how vulgar.
Also, how true.
I have no wish to question your authority, Mr. Pomfret, but I am considered rather an expert on the subject of gold. See, my family invented it.
Mr. Osborne, you don't seem to be aware that this is a class in chemistry, not a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, which probably accounts for the fact that you are #1 man on our flunk list.
Oh, Gad, what if Mumsy should find out?
The mind trembles.
She'd pack me off to military school quicker than one can say Federal Reserve banknote.
Well, we can always hope, can't we? But now let us make the long return journey to science. Gold is a useful and important metal. However, there are certain other elements which are shifty, deceitful, unstable, tricky.
You rang?
Hi, Mr. Pomfret. Are we late?
For spring vacation, no. For this class, yes. Now, what's in that knapsack?
What knapsack?
The knapsack that's going to take you right straight to the principal's office if you don't shape up and tell me.
Oh, that knapsack. That's, my lunch. Lunch.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's like my lunch too, Mr. Pomfret, sir.
Well, Maynard, I've seen you under a full head of steam in the school cafeteria, so that I can believe. Now, class, if you will please turn to page 208 in your textbooks. We will prepare for today's experiment.
Now, don't tell me you couldn't find any place else to leave that baby.
No place.
Asked you not to tell her.
Maynard. Zelda, we couldn't leave her home. My folks would find her in 2 minutes.
Yeah, and we didn't have a quarter to put in one of them lockers in the bus station.
What was that?
Ew, what was what?
That.
That what?
And to think I turned down a chance to go into air conditioning.
Dobie, get that baby out of here. You've got to.
Good thinking.
Maybe we could sneak her out the window.
Good thinking.
And then we could take it over to Maynard's house.
Bad thinking.
Yeah, why not?
I don't exactly understand it, Dobe, but ever since I was born, my father ain't too crazy about babies.
No comment.
Please, Chatsworth, we're trying to work.
Oh, do tell. Oh, that sound didn't come from any of you. Mr. Pomfret, oh, Mr. Pomfret, something rather odd is going on around here.
I hear it again.
It's just a little experiment I'm working on, Mr. Pomfret.
Well,
Not too close. It's liable to explode.
I'll get to the bottom of this if it takes me all semester.
Oh, Mr. Pomfret. Oh, Mr. Pomfret. Oh, Mr. Pomfret. I got it, Maynard.
Maynard, now look, we gotta stop sneaking around like a bunch of criminals. You gotta do something about that baby.
Yeah.
Like, right, Zelda, you gotta do something about this baby.
Me?
Oh, thank you, Zelda, thank you. You're all heart, little mother.
Maynard, cut that out. You're the one who's going to have to do something about the baby.
Oh, I got it. I'll adopt her.
Impossible.
Adoption's only for married people.
That's silly. She's too young to get married.
Maynard, you'd have to be married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Zelda, will you?
Absolutely not.
I'll polish my sneakers and everything.
Up, boy, up.
Yeah, why do you hate me, Zelda? I'm a human person.
Oh, Maynard, look, I don't hate.
Oh, I got it. Dobe, why don't you and Zelda get married? Then you two can like...
Absolutely not. Yeah, no offense, Zelda.
She's all brains. Maybe after a while you get used to her.
Maynard.
Now, let's not be too hasty to dump a good idea.
Fine, fine. We're child smugglers, and she's wrinkling.
I got another idea.
I hope it's better than the last one.
Why don't you take the baby home with you, Zelda?
Oh, no. There are 6 girls in my family already, and if one more shows up, my father will pick up his hat and 4 in Legionsville.
What if one of you girls get married?
Well, now, that's possible. You see, my sisters are almost as attractive and desirable as I am, so in that case...
In that case, we better forget it. I'll just have to stand up and fight to keep this baby myself.
Maynard.
Against anybody.
Maynard.
Against everybody.
Maynard.
Just let somebody try to take this baby away.
Maynard,
I'll
Mr. Pomfret's
stand
heading
here
down
and
the
fight,
hall.
and Mr. Pomfret's headed down the hall?
Yeah.
Like, bye.
Look, I don't want to do anything to hurt the baby either. But we can't hide her anymore. It's too risky.
Yeah, we'll just have to take her to the police station.
Police!
Maynard, be reasonable. It's the only way.
First of all, they took away my... Then they took away my... Now they're going
Maynard, stop that. We're only doing what we have to do.
Yeah, why fight it? It's bigger than both of us.
It's better this way, dear, sweet, gentle Maynard.
All right, but let's get it over with quick and painless. Go get the police. Police! Us two will wait here.
Come on, Dobie.
Hello there, baby.
Zelda.
You like me? I like you. Oh, you're a pretty little baby. You like prettier than my duck. You like prettier than my fox terrier, too. Yeah, he was smarter. You're like prettier.
Oh, hey, yours is cute.
Thank you. Hey, so's yours.
Yeah, 13 months old. Name's Gerald.
Boy or a girl?
Boy. Gerald Tarantino.
Mine's Katrina. The note says she's a year old.
Note. Aren't you her father?
No, her mother.
Mine kept me up half the night, just wouldn't go to sleep.
You know, mine sleeps like a baby.
That's wonderful. What do you have her on, a special diet or something?
No, nothing special. Just chocolate ice cream and ginger ale.
Where are your cereals and your strained vegetables?
I don't eat them. Why should she?
Well, I got a point. Gotta admit, she looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Dobie, I'm worried. Maynard is so crazy about that kid, he's liable to do something desperate.
No, he wouldn't do anything unkind. Maynard doesn't know the meaning of the word unkind.
There's a lot of words that Maynard doesn't know the meaning of, including kidnapping.
Oh, Zelda. Maynard wouldn't... Quick, before it's too late. Let's get that baby to the police station.
Right.
She's beautiful.
What do you do when she cries?
Oh, I like pat her on the back like this.
It's pretty good. Let me try that. Oh. Boo-ba-ba. No, here. Booty-ya-ba-ba-ba.
No, like this. Here. Booty-ya-ba, booty-ya-ba.
Booty-ya-ba-ba, booty-ya-ba.
No, your hands are like in the right place, but you don't have the beat yet. Try cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
Booty-ya, cha-cha-cha. Booty-ya. Oh, Sheila, listen, you've really got away with kids, mister.
Thank you, ma'am. You keep practicing, you might get it, too.
Well, I sure hope so. I got 5 more at home.
Ooh, great. You got like a lot of equipment to practice on.
I think I better go home and practice now. Come on. Down we go. Oop. Say goodbye. See you later.
Bye, Mrs. Tarantino. Bye, Gerald. Say goodbye to Gerald, baby.
Maynard.
Like, hi, good buddy. You back already with the police? Police!
Maynard, I gotta tell you something. You're gonna keep that baby.
Dobie, are you out of your mind? We can't keep that baby. Well, I'm going to the police, even if you...
Please, Zelda, listen. Let Maynard keep her just for a little while.
Please, small girl.
Are you mad? This baby needs a proper home.
Sure, a proper home, not a police station, not an institution.
Yeah. Chimneys, coal mines, and Oliver Twist. How can you be so cruel and rotten?
Yeah, can't we keep her while we look for a good home, just for a little while?
Please, Zelda.
Well...
You're all heart, girl. So are you, kid. Say like thank you to Zelda.
Hey, your baby woke up, huh?
Not my baby. Must be yours.
Mine's 18.
Boy, what are you doing here? What's going on?
You don't want to go up there.
Oh, I don't?
No, of course not. It's damp up there. Bad for
Oh,
your
up there
lumbago.
it's damp. It's
Uh-huh.
damp up
Yeah.
there. It is 10 feet higher up there than it is down here, but it's
Yeah.
damp up there. Huh? I don't know what gets into you sometimes, boy, but I do know this. Whenever you come up with a crazy story like this, you are up to something. Now out with it. What's going on up there?
Up there?
Don't give me that innocent stuff, boy. Where do you think you're going, Maynard?
What a nice day, huh, Mr. Gillis?
It is getting ready to rain, and what have you got in the basket?
What if I told you it was was like my lunch.
Yeah, what if you did? There's something very peculiar going on around here, and I think there's an explanation coming.
Okay, let's have it.
Well, I was standing at the car. Give me that badge.
You're scaring Maynard.
And vice versa, and he isn't even trying.
Remember me? I came by for some of that chocolate ice cream and ginger ale. Thought maybe I'd get my kids to sleep like yours. Boy, your store's a lot of fun, Mr. Gillis.
It's empty. Like, naturally, what'd you expect?
I don't know. Something going on around here. I don't know what, where, when, why, but I know one thing. I was standing right here at the counter, and I said to her, I think your baby woke up. She says, it's not my baby. And then I heard it again, and so I turned around to go upstairs, see? And I walked out. And Dobie came back out here.
Maynard, where's the baby? What happened?
Simmer down, good buddy. Somewhere in that street, there's a baby buggy carrying a double payload. I think my baby got into your buggy.
Oh, are you nuts? Well, what do you know? Now, how do you suppose she got in there?
I don't know. They're pretty clever. Look how they stick their toes in their mouth.
Maynard.
Listen, let's make a decision. Which one do you want?
Well, let's see.
I've got a great idea. Why don't you take yours?
Yeah, good thinking.
Good thinking, yeah. Come on, Maynard.
Okay, fellas, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Now, just a minute. That's all, Maynard. That's positively all. We're going to the police right now.
Police?
She's right, Maynard.
No, sir. I'm not going to give her the baby till I'm sure she's going to get a beautiful home with luxury and riches and wealth, all like that.
Swell. Who would we find with a home like that?
Hi-ho, playmates. Anyone for polo?
Now, go ahead, Chatsworth. Talk to your mother about taking the baby.
Well, not so fast now. It isn't that I dislike children. I was one myself at one time, or so my governess tells me. But here, at Osborne House, cavorting in the formal gardens, wreaking havoc with a Louis XIV decor.
Chatsworth, it pains me deeply to put it on this basis, but what will happen if you flunk chemistry?
No, parish forbid. Mumsy would pack me off to military school quicker than she could foreclose a mortgage.
Yeah, military school, you'll have no little blue sports car.
No private tennis court.
No valet.
No butler.
No chauffeur.
No warden.
No...
Just holding up my end of the conversation.
The picture you paint is frightening, frightening. What shall I do? What?
Chatsworth, there's only one person who can get you through the chemistry course.
Well, who, pray tell? Who?
Her. Now cut that out.
Of course, Zelda,
Yeah.
the smartest pupil in the entire class. You'll do it, dear girl. You'll save me, won't you?
No.
No.
But I couldn't bear to lose my little blue sports car or my dollar-shaped swimming pool. Oh, and just scads of other little necessities.
She'll do it on one condition.
You mean?
That's right. The baby.
Very well, I'll do it.
Wonderful. I could kiss you.
I couldn't.
Never mind that. Now, the baby.
Yes, well, this may take some doing. Mumsy is very particular.
Well, in this place, you'd never notice another mouth to feed.
Oh, you must have at least 50 rooms.
Actually, only 47. 3 were stolen. Oh, gulp. Here comes Mumsy now.
Oh, how I long for the days when servants were indentured. Good gracious, this servant problem becomes more unbearable every day. How I long for the days of serfdom. Oh, Chatsworth, must you do that, you nasty boy?
Mumsy, I adore you.
Oh, rot. The only time you ever kiss me is when you want something.
Well, as a matter of fact, it is a...
Kissing me is the surest way not to get it. Tremblay,
Yes, madam.
I discharged the,
Eva and Tomas.
the Eva and Thomas a week ago. Why are they still cluttering up the grounds?
They're waiting for their salary checks, madam. Some nonsense about needing the money to book passage back to their homeland.
Oh, dear. Didn't my financial secretary take care of that? I'm going to discharge him at once.
Oh, you already did, madam.
I did? Who can keep track of all these secretaries?
I can, madam. You discharged 5 last month.
Well, it was a short month. My checkbook, Tremblay. You know, it seems rather a shame to have to let,
Eva and Tomas.
Eva and Thomas go. They were really quite good servants, except for one nasty habit.
They didn't warm the plates.
Oh, yes, they did. They warmed the plates, but they brought them in their cold hands.
August.
Yes, rather makes you wonder what the world's coming to. Oh, Tremblay, this pen's worn out. Catch my peacock, pull another tail feather.
Mumsy, do you like children?
I loathe children. And that's not remarkable considering the experience I've had.
Mumsy, how droll.
Oh, Chancellor, stop that fawning. All right, what is it you want?
Perhaps I should show you. People, here.
Hello, Mrs. Osborne.
How are you, Mrs. Osborne?
If you pat her on the back, she stops crying.
Oh, Chatsworth, throw these wandering troubadours crusts of bread and away with them.
Mrs. Osborne, maybe I'm one of those wondering what you said, but she isn't.
Good gracious. If my memory serves me correctly, it's a baby.
The nicest baby in the whole world.
Even nicer.
I will not have an infant cluttering up these grounds. Guards! 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 Out of you, ragamuffin, before I have you thrown. What are you doing to that child?
Holding her.
Oh, you nasty boy, give her to me. There. No, now you be quiet. Quiet, I say. Now, that's all that's needed is a firm hand.
How would you like to keep her, Mrs. Osborne?
Yeah, for just a little while, to keep her out of chimneys.
Oh, it's out of the question. I know nothing about children.
Sure you do. Look at Chatsworth.
Yes, look at him.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, I am.
Mrs. Osborne, we have to find a nice home for the baby.
And you got more nice home than the whole state of Cleveland.
It's out of the question.
Mumsy, despite the company she keeps, the child does deserve a decent place to stay.
Why, Chatsworth, you surprise me. Why, you're a warm-hearted boy. Nasty, but warm-hearted.
Madame, if you have our checks, we are ready to leave now.
We will. Katrina! Thomas, this is our baby, Katrina!
Stand back! Stand back, I say. Eva, Thomas, is this your baby?
We have no more job, so we have to go back to the old country.
It is not good at the old country. Not like this blessed America. So we decided our Katrina must be an American.
It was a hard decision, Madame. We love our baby.
Yes, Thomas, we love our baby so much that we didn't think well. We cannot leave her, no matter how bad it will be in the old country. It's our baby, and we must keep her.
You're right. Madame, give me please the baby. She goes with her parents who love her.
Stand back, I say. This child stays here, and so do you two.
Madame!
Please, no tears. I'm very sentimental.
Dope.
I know, Maynard. I'm getting misty, too.
Move over.
Madam, that's your 4,000-carat diamond necklace.
Oh, last year.
Oh, but Mumsy, please.
Oh, be quiet, you nasty boy. This child has spirit.
Now, Mumsy, I must really protest this one.
Will you be quiet and hold your baby sister?
Go, go, go.
Come on now. Now we must eat. This food has been ordered with the approval of Dr. Spock. Come on. Oh, you don't want any more. All right. Lullaby time. Get going. Something soothing. She's ready for bed.
All right, an F chord, please, Zelda.
Lullaby and good night. Those blue eyes close tight. Bright angels are near. So sleep without fear.
About Dobie. What I want to know is what kind of blind date did he find for me?
Don't worry, Joanne. If Dobie found you a blind date, you can bet he's a good one. Take my word for it.
You rang?
Oh, it's only you, Maynard.
Oh, it's only you, Maynard. It's only you, Maynard.
I'm sorry. I just meant...
My father's been saying that ever since the first day I learned to talk. What a way to treat a 9-year-old kid. At school, everybody thinks only you is like my first name. I almost didn't graduate from grammar school because they couldn't fit only you, Maynard G. Krebs, on my diploma.
What is he, some kind of a nut?
He says he's a protest cat.
That's right, I'm protesting. Cats all over the world are protesting. My whole social group is like protesting. We're angry young men, and we're all protesting.
What are you angry young men protesting about?
I don't know. And that's why I'm such an angry young man.
Listen, Mickey.
Yes, I wish Dobie would get here with your blind date.
That's like me.
You are my blind date?
I didn't think you'd like me.
Thanks a lump, Charlene. And be sure to thank Dobie for me. Because I won't be here.
I won't be here either. Of all the rotten, low, contemptible, sneaky...
How do you do, my dear?
You, Dobie Gillis, are the lowest.
What?
I don't want to ever see you again.
Charlene.
You may have your high white pin and your flowers.
But Charlene,
Goodbye
I love you.
forever.
Wait, Charlene, I love you. I bet you think you know what's going to happen next. The man who tripped over me in the park will turn out to be the new principal of our school or someone who's important to my father, like that. Well, you're wrong. I mean, you're wrong if you think he's the new principal of our school or like that. But important to my father? Wow. Only the most important thing that's happened to my father since I was born. And he was jumpy both times.
Winnie, why are you wearing that apron?
Because it is considered bad taste to wear a mink coat while dusting.
All right, go ahead, disgrace me. Make me feel like 2 cents. When Edward J. McCluskey's liable to walk through that door any second, even sooner.
Goodness, sir, but the way you're carrying on, you think we're expecting the President of the United States.
Well, for your information, the President of the United States would be very proud to be the National Grand Exalted Bull Bison of the Bison Lodge and give out with the Bison Bull Bellow.
Belonging to the Bisons means a great deal to you, doesn't it, dear?
Winnie, when I walked into that lodge hall and signed up 12 years ago, it was probably the most important thing that ever happened to me. Outside of marrying you, of course.
Oh, you're sweet, dear. And now you're on the threshold of becoming the local Grand Exalted Bull of the Bison Lodge. I'm so proud.
If duty calls, I must answer. But I can't get elected, you know, unless the National Grand Exalted Bull Bison gives me his okay. You don't think a busy man like Edward J. McCluskey's coming out here from Cleveland to spend the night with us just for the train ride, you know. Ooh, if I can just make that Dobie keep that creep Maynard out of here now while...
Mr. Gillis?
Mr. McCluskey? Oh, Brother Bison.
Brother Bison.
Oh, welcome, National Grand Exalted Bull Bison, and what happened to you?
Never mind.
Oh, yes, this is the little woman, Mrs. Herbert T. Gillis.
How do you do, ma'am?
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. McCluskey. I hope you'll enjoy your visit with us.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. I'm here for business, not for enjoyment. Top-level Bison thinking. When a member is up for important office, we always check on his family life. When a man is loved by his kin, a good man he has been.
Well, and you have come to the right place. I may not be much, but if there is one thing I am, it is a solid family man. I am solid from toe to head.
Fine. Now, I see by the, qualification report that you have a son, Dopey.
That's Dobie, sir, with a B.
Yeah, Dobie. I must meet that boy. Now, here's a thought you should always keep under your cap. You judge a tree by its apple, not by its sap. You'll find those words on page 63 of the Bison Leadership Manual, ma'am. Thoughts for thinking.
Oh, and a grand thought it is, sir. By the way, Winnie, where is our little son?
Oh, he ought to be home any minute now. He's a fine boy.
I hope so. Not like that oaf who almost killed me on my way over here.
Oh, how awful.
Yes, what happened?
Oh, some empty-headed young simpleton was so busy watching a girl he didn't even see me, bowled me right over.
Well, fathers of kids like that should be run in. Thank goodness our Dobie was brought up better than that.
If your son has such good manners, he should be teaching them the ruffians of this neighborhood.
Dobie?
Of course. Such a boy has a duty to instruct those less outstanding than he is.
Dobie? Oh, yes.
Need I remind you that the motto of the Bisons is to lend a hand
to one in need is very fine and good indeed.
Brother Gillis, Your son knows the motto, does he not?
Oh, he does. For instance, he has this friend. See, well, he's not exactly a friend. He's more like a ward. Oh, this kid is the most gone kid in town, see, name of Maynard Krebs. He belongs to the sloppy beatnik group, you know, the dirty sneakers, the chin piece, the whole bit. He is so far out, even the best beatniks can't reach him. And our son, Dobie, out of the goodness of his heart, has taken him under his wing.
When am I going to see how he handles the rehabilitation of this delinquent?
When?
As soon as possible.
Oh, as soon as possible.
Fully. Now, ma'am, if you'll show me to my room, I shall unpack.
This way, Mr. McCluskey.
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am. I hope you haven't gone to any special trouble for me.
No, not at all.
A guest who is never in the way shall return a guest another day.
Dobie, I want to talk to you.
It wasn't my fault.
Listen, I want you to what wasn't your fault?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, while you're making up your mind, I want you to go over and get Maynard.
Maynard?
Yes, right away.
My Maynard? The only you Maynard?
Get going, will you, please?
But, Dad, you don't like Maynard. Yesterday you called him the last living relic of the Stone Age.
That was yesterday. Today I want him over here. Now!
Okay, but I don't know where he is. He disappeared right after I knocked over that funny-looking fat fellow with the striped suit and the suitcase.
Well, you'll probably find him down at the what funny-looking fat fellow with a striped suit and a suitcase.
He couldn't be at the malt shop. They threw him out because his account's 2 years overdue.
What funny-looking fat fellow?
At the record store, he's 3 years
with
overdue.
What suitcase?
At the roller skating rink.
Boy, you are not listening to me.
Yes, I am, Dad.
Then why don't you answer my question?
Because I'm scared you won't like the answer.
Now, let's approach this with a lot of calm. After you knocked over...
Brother Gillis! Oh, Brother Gillis!
Yes?
Oh, there you are, Brother Gillis. I just wanted to remind you to call me as soon as your son comes home.
Oh, I will.
I'm eager to meet you.
Yes, absolutely.
That, I take it,
would be the funny fat fellow with the striped suit and the suitcase.
I'll admit my dad got panicky at first, but after a few minutes, he calmed down and attacked the problem in a fair, reasonable way. Dad, you sure this is such a good idea, me leaving home for a couple of days?
I don't know. All I know is that if McCluskey lays his eyes on you, I'm a dead duck. What am I saying, a dead bison?
But you told him you had a son. What's he going to think when he doesn't see him?
I don't care. All I know is that I can't let him clap eyes on you.
Dad, look.
Now, listen, you get down that tree, and I'll throw the suitcase down to you.
But, Dad, you just
of all
can't
the rotten
leave.
breaks, McCluskey coming here expecting me to have a nice family. Will you get going, please? And I wind up with a son who's a no-good, stumbling, left-headed stumblebum.
You rang? Hi, Dobe. I come in through the window because your father don't be hanging around. Well, what? Like, hi, Mr. Gillis. Like, bye, Mr. Gillis.
This may come as a great shock to you, Maynard, but I am happy to see you. Very happy.
Me? Maynard? It's only you, Maynard?
Yes, now listen, Maynard. Listen carefully. What is the most important thing in the world to you?
You joshing man? Jazz.
Fine.
Ooh, I
now,
like
Maynard.
the jazz the most. And you know who's coming to town tomorrow night?
Fine.
The loneliest month.
Fine. Now,
and I get
Maynard-
to sit with him on the bongos.
Is that good?
It's only the greatest thing that ever happened to me is all.
Fine. Now, Maynard, I'm very happy for you. Would you like to know what is the most important thing that ever happened to me?
You weren't drafted for the Spanish-American War.
No, I joined the Bisons.
The Bison Lodge? I mean them cats that shoot pool and wear them funny hats and sing them cornball songs. Oh, the benevolent.
Knock it off, mister. All right, so maybe we do wear funny hats and we sing corny songs, but we also run hospitals and rehabilitation centers and old people's homes and research labs and scholastic funds, and don't you dare knock the Bisons to me.
I'm like sorry, Mr. Gillis.
Oh, it's all right. Forget it.
Gee, Dad, you're pretty proud of being a bison.
We're all proud. It's a proud organization, son.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to become the local Grand Exalted Bull Bison if you kids will help me.
Anything, Mr. Gillis.
Sure, Dad. What can we do?
Well, you be him and he'll be you.
Huh?
Well, it's like a masquerade. See, now...
I don't get it.
Well, McCluskey didn't see him, did he?
No.
And he did see you.
Yeah.
So if he becomes you and you become him, McCluskey will never know the difference, will he?
Yeah, but Maynard and I don't look anything like each other.
Yeah, I'm like taller.
He's like...
I told you, it's just a masquerade. Now, we'll start. The first thing, you'll change clothes.
Yeah, then we change heads.
Oh, no. We'll just shave off your beard.
Oh, no.
Maynard, for me, for the Bison, for old Lang Syne.
For how long?
Well, just till tomorrow. McCluskey's leaving tomorrow, and then you can go back to being your own sloppy self again. No offense, man.
No offense, but you're sure it'll be over tomorrow, because the loneliest monk comes to town tomorrow night, and I get to sit in the bongos, and I like you, Mr. Gillis, and I want to help you. But I ain't gonna miss tomorrow night for nobody or nothing.
You won't, Maynard. I promise.
Well...
You will?
Okay.
What about you, son?
Sure, Dad.
Oh, Dobie, my son. Maynard, my son. Oh, you're real human beings.
Dad and his big ideas. In our house, he's famous for them. And every time he comes up with a new one, Mom gives him the same encouraging response.
It will never work, Herbert.
Why?
In the first place, Maynard could never impersonate Dobie.
He can try.
And what is more impossible, Dobie could never impersonate Maynard. How could a boy with that upbringing and that background possibly know how to act like a crude, careless, uncouth...
Bum?
Bum.
You rang? Like hot cats. What's a beat?
Don't be scared, Winnie. It's just Dobie.
I know! Why do you think I'm scared? My baby! What have they done to you? What's this?
I traded clothes with Maynard.
Chins, too?
No, dear. We pasted that on. It was left over from a Halloween party.
Yeah, I went as a billy goat, remember?
Oh, dear, whatever happened to all those years of teaching you how to be neat and clean and tidy and well scrubbed?
You rang, chaps?
Maynard, you're handsome.
I feel like, beg pardon, Mrs. Gillis, like naked.
You look very nice, dear.
Thank you, Mrs. Gillis. You're very pretty, too. So are you, Mr. Gillis.
What's so funny?
Man, you are. Where'd you get that far-out outfit?
Maynard, you look like this all the time.
I do?
You do.
You know something, Dobe? If I saw me and I was just like that, I'd say, oh, it's only you, Maynard.
Yeah.
Maynard, you may look all right, but can you act like the son of Mr. and Mrs. Herbert T. Gillis?
Dad, I'm kind of short of cash. No! Can I have the keys to the car? No! Can I stay out past midnight? No!
Maynard, you have just passed the test.
Herbert, I still have not agreed to let the boys go through with this. In the first place, it's dishonest.
Well, in the second place, if McCluskey ever sees him, he'll blackball me.
Please, Mom, Dad's heart will be broken if Dad doesn't get elected.
Well...
Please, Winnie.
Well, all right. If it's what you want, Herbert, then it's what I want, too.
Oh, Winnie, you are a fine and noble woman.
Dad'll never forget you for this.
Me neither.
Now, that's the kind of affectionate family I like.
Where? Oh, yes, yes. We're a pretty mushy bunch around here.
That's what this country needs. Plenty of old-fashioned, down-to-earth family affection. Why, in Europe, fathers and sons kiss each other all the time, and they're not ashamed. We ought to do more of it here. Right, Brother Gillis?
Right, Brother McCluskey. Son?
That's the spirit that's made this country great.
McCluskey, this is my son, Dobie. Dobie, say hello to Mr. McCluskey.
Like hello to Mr. McCluskey.
Nice to meet you, my boy. Your father's told me all about the fine work you're doing with the hopeless outcasts of this neighborhood.
Yeah, they're pretty outcasts.
One in particular, a Maynard Krebs.
A Maynard G. Krebs. Yeah, he's pretty... hopeless? An outcast?
Like, I'm Maynard G. Krebs, and I'm like hopeless, all right.
You, Krebs?
Check, Daddy-O, and man, I'm like beat. Ooh, man, we're swinging.
I think dinner's about ready. Shall we go up?
Like wow,
Son,
man.
will you bring your mother, please?
Oh, she'll love it. Be right back. Ready, ma'am?
That's Mom. Mr. McCluskey?
Oh, yes. Maynard, would you pass the milk, please?
Ooh, like quicker than you said Dizzy Gillespie, Daddy.
How funny.
Ooh, Daddy.
If you can do anything with him, you're a marvel.
Yes, us gentlemen are quite marvelous.
I'll bring the dessert.
Yeah, I still got room for more.
Son, would you please pass the sugar?
At your service, Pater. You see, Maynard, in our social circle, that is what they call manners.
Oh, your mother collects Guy Lombardo records.
Too ill-bred.
Hey, a funny thing happened to me in an espresso house the other day. It was so deep in the cellar that the waiter was a gopher.
Son, help your mother.
Oh, yeah. service, Major.
Boy, why don't you show Mr. McCluskey how you were straightening out this poor, unfortunate boob?
As you wish, Pater. My dear lad, have you ever wondered what's going to become of you?
Man, like, who's got time for that kind of head stuffing?
Then what do you do with your time?
Ooh, I like protest.
Protest?
You know it, Daddy-O. I like protest because I'm an angry young man. And the world is full of angry young men like me, and we're all protesting.
Well, tell me, dear lad, what are you angry young men protesting about?
I don't know, and that's why I'm an angry young man. Oh, man, Mrs. D, when it comes to eating, that's living. Got any more?
Well, I have some ice cream in the icebox.
Cool.
Oh, it's good to know there are still boys like you in the world, Dobie.
We are the hope of the future.
Now, tell me, what plans have you made for your career?
Oh, the usual. College, the continent, postgraduate work. Postgraduate work.
Boy,
Postgraduate.
Boy, you are wasting away.
I expect to lead the kind of life expected of lads in my social circle, doing good deeds, helping old ladies across the street, giving money to museums, giving
Son,
money to...
pass the coffee quick.
At your service, Pater.
Ooh, man, have I got a crazy idea. When we're done feeding our faces, let's go downtown and draw mustaches on pictures of Lawrence Welk.
We'll go to the library, you young scamp, and read The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire.
I believe that's empire.
True, but I'm using the Oxford pronunciation. Oh. Coming, Maynard?
Crazy, Pop, crazy.
Good night, Pater. Good night, Mr. McCluskey. Good night, boy.
Oh, Dobie. Yes. Brother Gillis, haven't you forgotten something?
To keep the wool pulled over Mr. McCluskey's eyes, we had to call Maynard's folks and see if he could spend the night at our house. After they got through applauding, they said okay. But I don't mind telling you, I was still worried. Maynard, do you think we got away with it?
Gee, I don't know.
I sure hope so. It means an awful lot to...
It belongs to your father. Looks more like it belongs to your mother.
Gee, I wish I knew if Mr. McCluskey believes us.
Oh, there you are, Dobie. I thought this might interest you. It's the Bison Leadership Manual. Read a thought a day, it's the Bison way.
Thanks, sir. You're all heart.
Good night, Dobie. Good night,
Only you, Maynard.
Only you, man.
Yeah. It worked, Maynard. It worked.
Yeah, we're in.
Yeah.
Hey, where are you going?
To bed. Where do you think?
That's Dobie Gillis's bed.
So?
So who's Dobie Gillis? When I act, I'm a whole hog actor.
Maynard. Now look. Yeah. Maynard.
We did it, Winnie Pooh. We did it. In 1 hour, the National Grand Exalted Bull Bison will be on his way back to Cleveland. And in 1 week, I will be the local Grand Exalted Bull Bison.
And about time. I don't know how much longer I could stand seeing my baby in that scarecrow suit.
It's all okay now, Winnie. McCluskey thinks we're the greatest family since that of our beloved founder, Zachary H. Bison.
Has Mr. McCluskey left yet?
He's in his room packing.
Man, he better hurry, because if he misses his train, me and Thelonious Monk ain't never going to make that beautiful music together.
He won't miss it. I'll see to that.
Me too. You know, it hasn't been the easiest thing in the world calling Maynard's son other than no offense, Maynard.
That's all right, Mr. Gillis. I'm getting pretty tired of being Dobie anyhow.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm getting kind of tired of being you.
No offense.
No offense, Maynard.
But one more day in these spooky duds and I would have gone wig.
Now, just a minute.
Well, the whole Gillis family.
Like, hi, Mr. McCluskey. You want me to, go lug your luggage?
No, thank you, Maynard.
Oh, Mr. McCluskey, did you notice that improvement? Manners and everything. And my boy, Dobie, he did it.
We're very proud of both of them.
And you should be. If you help a lad, you can't be all bad. That's on page 276 of the revised Bison Leadership Manual, ma'am.
Too bad you have to leave so soon, Mr. McCluskey. I'll go get your bag.
I'll go get your bag.
Yeah. Don't bother, boys. I'm not leaving yet.
You're not leaving yet?
Well, that's such a fine visit. I've decided to stay over another day. I'm taking you all out to dinner tonight.
Well,
Well,
Oh, I know. You want me to stay here for dinner. But as the handbook says, a guest who is never in the way will return a guest another day.
Yeah, and nobody but a dirty skunk would keep a man for the Thelonious Monk.
nothing. Winnie, as long as Mr. McCluskey is staying, don't you think we ought to get him some clean towels or
yes.
something?
Oh, yes. Come, Mr. McCluskey.
Right this way.
Maynard, I'm not going to let Dad do it.
It's all right, Dobie.
It's not all right. You got a chance to sit in with Thelonious Monk tonight, and you're going to do it.
Forget it, Dobe. It's not that important.
It's only the most important thing in the world to you, that's all. I mean, jazz is your whole life, and when a chance like this comes up, nobody's got a right to take it away from you. Not even if he's my own father.
Well, thanks, Dobe, but it's okay, honest. Sure, jazz is all I got. But what's your father got except the bison? I mean, at his time of life, what else is there? Just a rocking chair, soft food, and the bison. And if he's got a chance to be a high mucky muck, well, I gotta give him that chance. Because at his age, you don't get too many chances.
Maynard, you're all heart.
That's right, Maynard. You are all heart.
Thanks, Mr. Gillis, but you better be careful. Don't go call me Maynard, or Mr. McCluskey might hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, let him hear. Let the whole world hear. I'm tired of this masquerade. I know I didn't want McCluskey to find out that it was Dobie that bowled him over in the park, so I adopted you as my son temporarily, but you are not my son. You are Maynard G. Krebs, a fine, warm-hearted, self-sacrificing young man. And tonight, you are going to play the bongos with Thelonious Monk, whatever that means.
Dad, what are you going to tell Mr. McCluskey?
The truth. Oh, I'm sick of this phony act. I know, Dobe. The Bisons mean a lot to me, but so does Maynard G. Krebs.
Very touching. Very, very touching.
You heard?
I heard. Pull a little switch, eh, Brother Gillis?
I made them do it. It's all my fault, Brother McCluskey.
Well, Brother Gillis, if this was a television show instead of real life, I'd have this to say to you. Gillis, any man who wants to be grand exalted bull bison as bad as you two ought to have the job, but this is not television. This is real life. And this is what I have to say to you. You lied to me, and you are not going to get the job. I'm sorry. Good day.
Mr. McCluskey, let me ask you a question.
Yes?
Why do you suppose everybody looks at television every night?
Why?
Because television's better than real life. I mean, if real life is better than television, then people would look at each other every night, wouldn't they?
Well...
So why be so lifelike? Why not be better than life, like television?
Young man, you may have a thought there.
Yeah.
Now, how would they do it on television?
Like this. Brother Gillis, anybody who wants to be grand exalted bull bison as bad as you do ought to have the job.
Brother Gillis, like he says.
I'm getting kind of all misty.
You sure do, dear.
Congratulations, Dad.
Don't congratulate me. I could have never become the grand exalted bull bison if it hadn't been for the help you three gave me, especially you, Maynard. You know, a man expects to get cooperation from his own family, but for a rank outsider, Maynard, I don't know what to say.
Oh, don't say anything, Mr. Gillis. Kiss me.
All through class. We're going to examine psychic phenomena, in particular, ESP, extrasensory perception. This includes strange and unexplained functions of the mind, like foretelling the future, knowing what other people are thinking, locating lost objects, communicating with the spirits. In short, with things that are out of this world. Now, naturally, nobody in this class has ever been out of this world.
You rang?
Dobie! Dobie! Dobie!
Mr. Pomfret says, he's our teacher over at the high school. He says there's no such thing as ESP, extrasensory perception. You know, reading people's minds, predicting the future, locating lost objects, and like that. He says it's a fake. And Mr. Pomfret's an educated, intelligent man. I mean, whenever he opens his mouth, you know you're going to hear something that's worth hearing and very well thought out. On the other hand, there's my friend, Maynard G. Krebs.
Maynard. Thank you. And now let us turn our attention once again to the study of ESP, extrasensory perception. Now, how many of you have had experiences that couldn't be logically explained? Besides Maynard, I mean. For instance, how many of you have gone into a room for the first time and had the feeling you'd been there before? Sure, very common experience. How many of you have had conversations and you knew exactly what somebody was going to say even before he said it? Another common experience. How many of you have had dreams that came true?
Yes.
Well, figures. Now, all of these things are not at all unusual, but to me, they do not prove the existence of mystic powers of ESP. You don't have to go to mumbo-jumbo to explain these strange happenings. I can give you several logical explanations. Number one, coincidence. Now, that one's self-explanatory, but number two, imperfect perception. You go into a strange room and you think you recognize it, but you don't really. It just happens to look like another room you've been in before. Imperfect perception.
Mr. Pomfret, sir?
Yes. Oh, it's only you, Maynard.
Oh, it's only you, Maynard. That's what everybody says. It's only you, Maynard. I got feelings just like anybody else. I'm a human person.
Maynard.
What do you think I am? A rock, a stone, a piece of dirt, an old bus transfer?
Maynard.
It's only you, Maynard. Oh, it's only you, Maynard.
Sorry, Maynard.
Sure, everybody's sorry, but they keep saying it. It's only you, Maynard.
All right, Maynard, I promise I'll never do it again. Scout's honor. Now, what'd you want to tell me?
I just wanted to tell you that I got CIO.
You got what?
TVA?
You couldn't possibly mean ESP.
Yeah, Big Daddy. You say nobody's got ESP. Well, I got it.
You, Maynard G. Krebs, have extrasensory perception. You can read minds, foretell the future, locate hidden objects.
Sure, can't everybody?
No, Maynard. Can't nobody, including you.
Yes, I can. Try me.
Very well. What do I have in my pocket?
2 $1 bills, a quarter, a dime, and a penny with a little bump on the end of Abraham Lincoln's nose from where you dropped it when you were trying to sneak it out of your little girl's piggy bank and she come in and caught you. A small bottle of aspirin and a note from your wife telling you not to stop at Nolan's grocery tonight because you still haven't paid last month's bill.
How do you explain it, Mr. Pomfret?
I don't know.
In the other pocket, you got a handkerchief and 4 keys. 1 to your car, 1 to the school, 1 to your house, and 1 to a little green metal box where you keep your insurance policy, your marriage license, and a beat-up old yellow rose you wore in your buttonhole on the night of your junior prom.
Is it true, Mr. Pomfret?
Yes, well, it's true, but it's obviously some kind of a trick.
No, sir, it's PDQ.
Maynard, that's ESP.
Whatever it is, I got it.
Maynard, I have been a teacher of science for 15 years. And I can tell you that there is nothing in this world that exists without a scientific reason. There is an explanation, a logical explanation for everything. And in conclusion, I would like to say... Class dismissed.
How'd you know what Mr. Pomfret had in his pockets?
I don't know, it just came to me. Hey, Dobie, you want to trade one of your sandwiches for one of mine?
It just came to you? It wasn't a trick?
How about it, good buddy? You want to trade sandwiches?
I don't get it. How do you do it?
I don't know, I just do it.
You know, this is kind of spooky, Maynard.
Yeah, I know, good buddy. Gives me like goosebumps all over. That's why I try not to do it.
You mean you can do it all the time, but you deliberately don't?
Like, right. I mean, who wants to go around with goosebumps all the time? And besides, it takes the fun out of everything.
I don't follow you.
Well, like if I'm going to a football game, what's the fun if I know who's going to win the game before it starts? So I kind of like turn off my ESP and enjoy the game just like anybody else.
Maynard, look me in the eye. You're sure you're not trying to pull a fast one?
Dobie, This is Maynard G. Krebs. Could I, outsmart anybody?
I'm convinced.
Want to trade sandwiches?
What do you got?
Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, so have I.
Don't make sense to trade sandwiches then, does it?
No, Maynard.
I think I'll look around, see if I can do better.
Good thinking.
Hi, Chatsworth. Not having lunch today?
Mumsy hasn't delivered the hamper yet.
Mother brings your lunch in a hamper?
My dear child, one would scarcely expect an Osborne to eat out of a paper bag, would one? Here comes Mumsy now. Look, she brought the little cart. Mumsy, you're late. I'm simply famished.
No, it'll do you good. And Osborne hasn't gone without a meal in 100 years. Not since your great-uncle Cosmo stayed up 48 hours cornering the steel market.
Poor Aunt Fidelio, I'm ravenous.
Right, hi.
No! What is that?
You remember Maynard Krebs, don't you, Mumsy?
Oh, one can hardly forget.
Likewise. Hi. You in the army or something?
He's our chauffeur, Krebs, baby. And what do you want?
I want to trade sandwiches. What do you got in the basket?
Well, Krebs, baby, if one has ESP, one wouldn't have to ask, would one? One would already know what's in the basket, wouldn't one?
Oh, one knows. I know.
All right, tell me.
You got one watercress sandwich, one goose liver sandwich, one artichoke, 2 slices of rye toast with caviar, and second thought, I don't want to trade sandwiches.
Boy! That's exactly what Chatsworth has in the hamper. But he didn't know. How did you know?
It's just an amusing little trick that the boy has picked up somewhere, Mumsy. Be off,
Oh, hush,
Krebs.
you nasty boy. And you are the nasty boy. Oh, teach me that trick, and I'll give you a shiny new dime.
How come everybody thinks it's a trick? I just know these things, that's all. Like I know what's in your purse. 1 lipstick, 1 compact, 1 bottle of lavender smelling salts, 1 lace handkerchief, 2 tickets to the opera, and $11,000 in small bills. Like I know what he's going to say. It's only a trick, Mumsy.
It's only a trick, Mumsy.
Well, if it's a trick worth millions of dollars. Chatsworth, what's the name of that television station I own? It begins with K something.
KASH.
That's right. We'll put this ragamuffin on television. We'll make ourselves a fortune. Come, ragamuffin, get in the car. One minute to airtime. Look alive there.
Oh, Mrs. Osborne?
Yes? Oh, it's only you, Maynard.
It's only you, Maynard. It's only you, Maynard. What do you think I am, a puppet smoker?
Oh, out with it, boy. Only 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
I'm scared.
Oh, ridiculous. 15 seconds.
15 seconds. All right, Maynard. I'll be right here with you. Here, get on the hot seat. Relax.
You're like a real human being, though.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Stand by.
On the air.
On the air.
Good evening. I am Henry R. Starbuck. The program is called The Hot Seat. Sitting on the hot seat tonight is a very unusual young man, Maynard G. Krebs.
Dobe?
It's all right, Maynard. I'm right here.
I can't see. Why are they shining lights in my eyes? I want to go home.
Sit down there, you nasty boy.
Maynard G. Krebs, you seem nervous, uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, Big Daddy, and wounded, too.
Why? Are you lying?
Oh, no, not me.
You really have these strange powers that you claim?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
We shall see. This young man, Maynard G. Krebs, claims to have the power of ESP, extrasensory perception. He can read minds, locate lost objects, predict the future. So says Maynard G. Krebs. As viewers of this program know, we have exposed many a fraud before on that very hot seat. Is Maynard G. Krebs a fraud? Frankly, I don't know. I have tested him myself, and as far as I can tell, he is not faking. But I am a reporter, not a scientist. Tonight, to put Maynard G. Krebs on the hot seat, I have brought in 3 people who will get at the truth. Three of the world's most prominent psychologists. Dr. Thaddeus Emmons, the Dean of the Department of Psychology at Northern Reserve University.
Good evening.
Dr. Carlotta Kagel, Director of Psychology of the Dalton Foundation.
Good evening.
Dr. Otto von Schwering, Director of the Austrian State Hospital for the Criminally Insane in Vienna.
Guten Abend.
Let me ask whether any of you, in all your years of study and research, have ever come across a genuine case of extrasensory perception?
Certainly not, and for a very simple reason, there is no such thing. Do you agree, Dr. Kagel?
Completely. And you, Dr. von Schwering?
ESP, this is hocus pocus. Es ist zum Lachen. To laugh.
Very well. Maynard G. Krebs, will you kindly tell Dr. Emmons what he has in his inside coat pocket?
Sure, Pops. He's got like a small black leather notebook and a gold fountain pen.
Hardly a startling deduction.
What does it say in the notebook?
On the first page, there's like a lot of little numbers.
Mathematical equations?
Not exactly. It says, 3 of a kind beats 2 pair, a straight beats 3 of a kind, a flush beats a straight, a full house beats a flush, and 4 of a kind beats a full house.
Pretty obvious how the boy knows.
Indeed. How?
I took part in a friendly little game at the hotel last night. The bellboy was in and out with sandwiches several times. Obviously, he told young Krebs.
Very convincing, Doctor. The only thing is that young Krebs has not talked to a bellboy in the last 24 hours or to anybody else. He has been under lock and key in my office.
Well, then there must be some other explanation.
Maynard, would you concentrate on Dr. Kagel now?
Well, try just a minute. I want to tell the other cat doctor something. You know that gold fountain pen in your pocket?
Yes?
It's leaking.
Thank you, Maynard. Dr. Kagel, would you care to test Maynard now?
I most certainly do. Young man, where was I born?
Burlington, Vermont, January 17th, 1904.
I didn't ask you when. All right, young man, we'll dispense with the parlor tricks. I don't care to have you tell me what's in my purse.
You better let me.
Why?
Because your fountain pen's leaking, too.
The boy quite obviously has a catatonic syndrome accompanied by intrauterine trauma.
But it's got nothing to do with. The boy is not the least bit catatonic. What he is...
Just a moment, Herr Doctor. Maynard, you claim you can read minds. What is Dr. von Schwering about to say?
Es ist ein abnormer Zustand. Wegen fortiger Brustentziehung von der Mutter.
Ach du Liebe.
You speak German?
German? Is that what it is?
Wunderbar. It is not at all wunderbar. It is a simple catatonic state accompanied by envy of his brothers and sisters.
I'm an only child, Doc.
Catatonic my foot. It's plain chicanery.
Catatonic!
It's wunderbar.
When doctors disagree, perhaps the best explanation is the simplest one. Perhaps Maynard G. Krebs does have the power of ESP. Tonight on the hot seat, he proved it to my satisfaction. I believe in the mystic powers of Maynard G. Krebs. Ladies and gentlemen, how about you? This is Henry R. Starbuck saying goodnight until next week when we meet again on the hot seat.
Catatonic
Off the air.
Off the air.
Do you realize that the telephones haven't stopped ringing since that boy went on the air? Everybody's calling, but everybody. Agencies, sponsors, networks.
Hey, how about that?
You're like cool,
Maynard, prepare yourself for a marvelous bit of news. Next week, the night before the election, you are going on the networks coast to coast, 858 stations to predict to America, oh, indeed to the entire world, who will be elected President of the United States, Nixon or Kennedy.
Oh, I know that. It's gonna be...
Oh, information like that is worth millions. You don't blurt it out.
But I know who it is.
I know you know. But that's a deep, dark secret until you go on the network next week. Heavily sponsored.
Oh, I dig. I like don't tell anybody.
Like nobody. Fidelio, take Mr. Krebs home.
In the limousine?
Of course, in the limousine. Good night, Mr. Krebs, and get some rest.
Good night, Mr. Krebs.
Good night, Mr. Krebs. How about that, though? Everybody call me Mr. Krebs. They don't even call my father Mr. Krebs.
Maynard, I gotta talk to you.
You want to talk to Mr. Krebs? Let's get in the limousine and talk.
No, Maynard, no. We'll talk over here.
What's up, good buddy?
Maynard, you can't go on television next week and tell the people who the next president's gonna be, Kennedy or Nixon.
Sure I can. I know who it is. It's gonna be...
I don't want to hear it. I don't want anybody to hear it. That's not the way things are done in this country.
I don't dig.
Maynard, you got ESP. I believe it. And by the time Mrs. Osborne gets done with all her ballyhoo, the whole country will believe it.
But it's true.
That's the trouble, don't you see? It's true. If you get on television next week and announce the winner of the election, everybody will believe it.
So?
So whoever was going to vote against him will figure, what's the use? They'll just stay home instead of wasting their vote. And a lot of people who wouldn't have voted for him will figure they might as well jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah. You mean that me, Maynard G. Krebs, I could swing the whole election?
You sure could.
Man, that's like power.
Man, that's like un-American. But Maynard, this is a democracy. One vote for each citizen. Nobody should have any more power than anybody else.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I want you to say you don't know who the winner is.
But I do. It's gonna be...
Don't tell anybody.
All right. I'll write it down, okay?
Look, Maynard.
Now, look.
This is not necessary.
Here, put it in your pocket and look at it after the election. I just want you to know that I know the winner.
Maynard, I believe you. That's not the point. The point is...
The point is you want me to go on the air and say I don't know. Then what happens? I'm right back where I started. I'm a bum again.
Maynard, look.
Oh, it's only you, Maynard. It's only you, Maynard. Who will say, good morning, Mr. Krebs. How are you, Mr. Krebs? Good night, Mr. Krebs. No, it's only you, Maynard.
Maynard, in a democracy.
I know all about democracy. In a democracy, everybody's equal. The only trouble is everybody's more equal than me. All my life I've been hearing it. It's only you, Maynard. It's only you.
Maynard, I know how it is, but you gotta do it.
Dobe, it ain't fair. I've been under a rock all my life, and now I get a chance for a little sunshine, and you want me to throw it away. Let's go, Fidelio.
Look, this is the end of the line, Maynard.
All right. If that's the way you feel about it, okay, go ahead. I got plenty of friends. Plenty.
Maynard, look.
Fidelio, look. Take Mr. Krebs home.
Maynard, Maynard, pardon me. I mean, Mr. Krebs probably became the best-known guy in the entire world in the next few days. Mrs. Osborne started the publicity rolling, and brother, she really did a job. Everybody knew about Maynard G. Krebs, not just in this country, but all over the world. Look, France, Germany, Italy, Russia, yeah, China. It was the same the world over. Maynard G. Krebs. Maynard G. Krebs. And when the night of the big telecast finally came around, Maynard G. Krebs had the largest audience ever to tune in on a single television show.
Now, Maynard, when Mr. Starbuck asks you that big question, don't just blurt out the answer. Oh, I know you know it, but don't make it sound too easy. Pretend you're concentrating. Look intelligent.
Ooh, that's not going to be easy, Mrs. Osborne.
Well, try it.
Hey, like, hi, Dobe. Where you been all week?
Oh, here and there.
This'll have to wait. We're on the air in 15 seconds.
You're gonna do it?
What do you mean, is he going to do it? What nonsense is this?
Maynard?
Well, gee, Dobe, look at all the trouble they went to, all that publicity and everything, and...
I see.
Where you going, Dobe? Where you going,
Where
buddy?
he's going. You're going on the air in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, stand by.
Stand by.
On the air.
Good evening. I am Henry R. Starbuck. The program is The Hot Seat. Tonight, perhaps one of the most important programs in the history of television. Tonight, an historic event. Sitting in the hot seat is a young man who just a week ago, his name was unknown, but today is a household word all over America, all over the globe. Maynard G. Krebs, master of ESP. Good evening, Mr. Krebs.
Like, hi.
Maynard G. Krebs I'm going to ask you to tell your fellow Americans the answer to the question that looms largest in their minds tonight. Who will be the next president of the United States, Nixon or Kennedy?
Maynard, you got ESP. You can read my mind. You know what I'm thinking. You hear what I'm saying. Maynard, I'm asking you again. I'm begging you. If you love this country, don't do it.
Take your time, Maynard G. Krebs. Take all the time you need. This is no small thing.
Maynard, this is no small thing. Just the presidency of the United States. Think, Maynard. Think of the men who've held that office. Think of Washington, Jefferson, Jackson, Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, Wilson. Think of the wars that were fought and the blood that was spilled to keep that presidency the highest, shiniest prize this country could ever give one of its people. Maynard, I know you hear me.
All right, Maynard G. Krebs. Are you ready to utter the fateful words, Kennedy or Nixon, Nixon or Kennedy, which?
Maynard, old friend, make me proud of you.
I'm ready.
All right. Maynard G. Krebs, name the next president of the United States. Nixon or Kennedy?
Beats me, Daddy-O.
I beg your pardon?
I don't know, Daddy-O. How should I know? I mean, the people haven't voted yet. I mean, the people picked the president, not me.
But...
Oh, you nasty boy! You nasty boy!
Our program has been interrupted due to technical difficulties.
Hey, Dobe! I heard you. I did what you said.
Only you, Maynard.
Oh, it's only you, Maynard.
It's only you, Maynard. Only one of the great Americans of all time. Paul Revere, Nathan Hale, Sergeant York, Barbara Fritchie, and my good buddy, Maynard G. Krebs. Come on, Maynard. Let's go home.
Hi, Dobie-Do. Hi, Dobe. Where you been?
I slept late this morning, Maynard. I was up half the night watching the election returns.
What did you do that for? I gave you the winner, remember? I wrote it in that slip of paper.
That's right, Maynard. You recall who you picked?
I don't know. Nixon or Kennedy. One of them.
Maynard, you picked the wrong one.
Want to trade sandwiches? What do you got?
You tell me. You got ESP.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Bacon and tomato.
Perfect, Maynard. It's liverwurst.
Please, let's trade.
I don't quite know how to break this to you, but I'm afraid you've lost the power of ESP.
Well, that's show business.
Doing. It's what some people call work.
Work!
Maynard, how many times do I have to tell you? There's nothing wrong with work.
Work! Dobe, do you have to say that word?
What word? Work?
Work! Do you have to say it? I mean, if you're going to keep sneaking into the conversation, couldn't you, like, act it out or do it in sign language instead?
Maynard, I'm ashamed of you. All this screaming and carrying on about... Oh, all right. All this screaming and carrying on about...
Thanks, good buddy. You're all heart.
Look, everybody has to go to sometime. I'm doing it because Friday's my father's birthday, and I have to make enough money to buy him a present. Besides, builds a fella's character.
Man, just hearing about it is too much for me.
Maynard, this terrible fear you have is a sickness.
Is it like a cure?
Sure. Go to...
I'd rather be sick.
I'm your best friend, and I'm trying to help you. Now, you've got to face up to life and stop trying to avoid your responsibilities.
You're right, good buddy.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lucky thing the Russians ain't got your brain. Mm-hmm. I'll do it. I'll go to... work. What you said.
Maynard!
Dobie! Dobie!
report that Maynard's terrible fear of work is not unusual among his generation. I know. I used to hold the school record for the longest elapsed time spent squirming out of jobs. But then one day something happened. Something made me change, made me grow up. It was when I heard a little voice say to me,
"Get to work, boy, or I will throw you into manual training school."
And would you believe it? Since that moment, there hasn't been a lazy bone in my body. But Maynard's in much worse shape than I ever was, Dad. I mentioned work, and he went into a state of shock.
With Maynard, that's an improvement.
Gotta do something to help him.
Oh, you're a good boy, Dobie. There aren't many kids who'd knock themselves out trying to help a poor, miserable, kooky-type creep. You rang?
Dad and I have been thinking about your problem.
Whenever my father thinks about it, he cries.
Maynard.
Don't you ever see a grown man cry? It's spooky.
Maynard.
Once he cried for 2 days straight, right through meals and watching television and sleeping, even when he went back to work. Work!
Oh, this boy's worse off than I thought. Come here a minute, Maynard. I got an idea to help you.
Oh, for joy.
Yeah, now listen, Maynard. The trouble seems to be in your head, so that's where we'll start the cure.
Take my head, Mr. Gillis. Do whatever you want with it.
Don't tempt me. Now, Maynard, we're going to try a little experiment.
Careful, Dad. You're dealing with a human mind.
That's open to question, but don't worry. We'll try to cure you gradually, see? Now, first of all, repeat after me. W.
W.
O.
O.
R.
R.
K.
K.
Put them all together, they spell...
Mother?
No! Work! Oh, this guy's old man's got a right to cry.
No, Dad. It's our duty as Maynard's friends to help him find a job. It's the only thing that might cure him before he goes completely to pieces.
You're right, son. We're kind to stray cats and dogs and other strange animals. Why not Maynard?
You're like a real human being, Mr. G.
Think nothing of it. Here, let's look at the help wanted ads, huh?
Oh, do I like gotta?
You like gotta. Maynard, this is your chance to be like everybody else, to be accepted by the world.
I'm ready, but it's the world.
Here we are, help wanted. A young man, bright, alert, clean, personable, debonair.
So far, that's me, all right. Like, please continue.
Yeah. Big sales commissions guaranteed. Apply at Army, Navy, and Civilian Surplus Store.
Me, a salesman?
Why not? All you have to do is talk and convince people they ought to buy what you're selling.
Hey, I could do that. I'm like lib-like.
Here's the address, Maynard. Now you get down there and land that job.
Oh, I'll do it, good buddy. I'll do it. Don't worry, you'll be proud of me. I'll show them cats down at the Army and Navy and Civilian Surplus Store the most shrewdest, cleverest, most type salesman they ever saw.
Yeah, where are you going to find them? Oh, yes! You, Maynard. Listen, good luck, boy, and you go down there and grab that job and show him you got what it takes, huh?
Whatever it takes, this crummy monster ain't got it. Only some lunkhead would buy this.
Please, please.
What a deal I made, you told me. 4 dozen beautiful Confucius statues with clocks in their stomachs yet.
They were a steal.
Then you shouldn't have stolen them. Clocks are 6 hours slow, and Confucius is nauseous.
Okay. Don't rub it in. Do I keep harping about that sweet deal you let go down the drain?
Harry.
Take it from me, pal. The public isn't ready yet for a gimmick like that.
Harry,
And what was the gimmick the public wasn't ready for?
Harry,
Ballpoint pens. That's the gimmick the public wasn't ready for yet.
All right, so I goofed. But it's better than getting stuck with this corny, ridiculous, screwy-looking mess.
You rang?
If memory serves me, a customer. Sort of.
Hey, you fellas must be the bosses, huh?
Okay, we know what we are. What are you?
I like Doug, your SOS, and I'm your man.
I wonder, could we sue the newspaper?
Now, look, you wouldn't like it here. There's no salary, and even with the commissions, you don't make any money. The hours are long, and the conditions here are miserable.
Why wouldn't I like it?
Kid, did they let you come all the way down here all by yourself?
No, sir, by streetcar.
Oh, by streetcar. Harry, you talk to him. You got a stronger stomach.
Just give me a chance, huh? Please, Mr. Bosses. I'll give it everything I got. I'll sell these and these and... Ooh, like stand back, I gotta look. Man, these are the most beautiful jazz bows I ever saw.
You like them?
Yeah, they're like something I give my mother.
Poor old dame. What do you think? He looks like something we should have on sale in here. We can't be choosy. We've had the ad in the paper. Nobody showed up.
Again, nobody showed up.
But he thinks Confucius is beautiful. So did Mrs. Confucius. Look, Harry, we can't just put some... He loves the statues so much that when it comes to selling them, he'll give them that old reform school pitch.
All right. What could be a bigger mistake than ballpoint pens?
Right. Hey, kid!
It like reminds me of a girl I used to know in school. The face like reminds me. She didn't exactly wear her watch.
Okay, so there are worse mistakes than missing out on ballpoint pens.
Quiet. Young man, we've decided to be very large-hearted and give you the job.
Oh, bless you, sirs, bless you. Maynard G. Krebs, citizen of Jobsville, will never forget you.
Yes, sir, Maynard got that job. And he did it the hard way, by selling himself. I mean, let's face it. If you can sell Maynard, you can sell anything. Right away, he put his sales techniques to work.
No!
His glib tongue and smooth approach occasionally met with a little sales resistance.
No!
He refused to let the customers ruffle him. Through it all, he remained calm, confident, self-assured.
I said no, and I mean no. No. Did you hear me? I said no, and I mean no. I said no.
Hey, Doe!
Hey, the conquering hero returns. I bet you knocked him dead down in that store, huh?
No.
You did great, huh?
Oh, not exactly.
Sensational?
Well.
Fabulous?
Doe?
Miserable?
That's the word. It was like awful, Dope. I worked all day and I couldn't sell one of them beautiful stomach clocks.
They fired you?
No, they said come in again tomorrow.
To sell clocks?
To scrub floors.
Yeah, those low-down crooks exploiting innocent child labor.
No, it's my own fault, Dope. I couldn't do good at nothing.
Maynard, that's not true.
I'm like real bad at doing good and real good at doing bad.
Now listen, Maynard.
No, Dope, you shouldn't have cured me. I was better off when I was sick and like scared of work.
Maynard.
Dope, it's coming back again.
Maynard, you get grip on yourself. Maynard, pull yourself together. Maynard was in a bad way. I mean, even for Maynard, he was in a bad way. And that's about as bad as you can get. The situation was desperate, and it called for desperate measures.
Buy a clock from Maynard? I'm not that desperate.
Zelda, it's got to be done to save Maynard from a wasted, unhappy life.
For you, Poopsie, I'll do it.
Zelda! Maynard's suffering, and she's wrinkling. Look, just go into that store and buy a bunch of clocks, but pretend you don't know him.
Okay, Snookums. But I'm broke. What do I use for money?
I'll give you the money. I was saving it up to buy my father a classy birthday present, but somehow when Maynard has a problem, it's always a terrible problem.
Dobie, you are the sweetest, kindest, most considerate guy in the whole world.
That's true, Zelda.
If you ask me nice, I'll kiss you.
If you get down there and save Maynard's job, I'll let you.
Gillis, baby, are you actually suggesting that I, Chatsworth Osborne Jr., enter an establishment called the Army, Navy, and Civilian Surplus Store?
But it's for such a good cause.
Oh?
Maynard.
Ouch. Dobie, you struck a nerve. We members of the socially elite consider it our duty to care for the down and out.
Attaboy, Chatsworth.
And one must admit that Krebs is lower down and farther out than anyone in this town.
Then you'll do it?
Very well. Noblesse oblige.
No, Maynard Krebs.
I've heard of the hoi polloi, but how hoi can you get? The currency, please.
Chatsworth, you gotta be kidding. With all your loot, what do you need with my measly few bucks?
Well, I'm just following our family motto under the crest. A noli stilto miserere.
A penny saved is a penny earned?
Not quite. Never give a sucker an even break. The currency, please.
Yeah.
Oh, how quaint. One. Off to hounds.
Valio.
Look, I've heard of hard sell, I've heard of soft sell, I've heard of grab him and twist him by the arm sell, but no sell?
We gotta get rid of the poor slob. He's got the kind of a personality that makes people bring back things they didn't even buy. Oh, a customer.
Are you there?
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Stand back, you rascals. I don't like your sneaky faces. I will do business only with a face I trust.
But
Now, don't argue with me, you phonies. Can't you see I'm an eccentric little old lady? Aha! Now, there's a face I can do business with.
That face?
It's honest.
It's too stupid to be anything else.
I must speak to that fine, upstanding young face. Out of my way, charlatans. How do, fine, upstanding young ma'am?
How do, fine, upstanding old lady? I am Maynard G. Krebs, at your service. Would you like the... no offense, but don't I know you from someplace, ma'am?
Impossible. I've never been there. Now, young man, which is your department?
Oh, I'm like selling these beautiful works of beautiful art. You look just like a chick I know from school.
Chick? What a sweet thing to say to an eccentric little old lady.
She's an eccentric little old chick.
Your sales technique is irresistible. I'll take 2 of these.
Like, no.
Good heavens, I can't fight your super salesmanship. Double the order.
4 clocks?
Sense personality. 5.
Ooh, I know these clocks will find a good home with you, ma'am. Like, I remember you. You're prettier, but you look just like a chick that sits in front of me in history class. Funny looking old Zelda Gilroy.
Thanks. I mean, how polite, as well as fine and upstanding, thinking I look like a schoolgirl. Give me another clock.
That boy's a natural-born salesman. The old dame's a natural-born schnook.
You want him, Mountebanks, or that fine, upstanding young man will own this store, and you'll be working for him.
Charlie, did you see what I saw?
No, of course not. The whole thing was impossible. No, it's got to be a fluke. Who'd buy anything from that boob except some screwy eccentric?
Hi, muchachos.
Quick, where's the fly swatter?
En route to my flamenco lesson, I decided to honor your slovenly establishment by dropping in to purchase an expensive trinket for my dancing master. How's that for zapateado, eh, amigos?
This has got to be rich. He's too loony to be loony.
Our entire slovenly establishment is at your service, sir.
A dismal prospect. There's nobody here I care to deal with except that sterling-looking fellow.
That? That?
That. There is strength and honesty in that. If one can call it a that. Stand back, peons. That honest that, and that honest that alone will wait on me.
In that getup, I can't tell if he belongs in Who's Who or what's that.
Like greetings, Your Honor, Haracha.
Ah, como esta? Tell me, gaucho, what do you have in the way of knickknacks?
Oh, like the knackiest, like behold.
Okay. They're indescribable.
Oh, I knew a fine tortilla like yourself would flip over. Hey, don't I know you from somewhere? Like maybe we belong to the same club or something, huh?
Surely you're jesting, amigo, baby.
Just like this fella I know from school.
Look, I must have one of these superb creations.
He's buying. I'm collapsing.
What are you asking for these objets d'art?
Oh, they cost...
I'll take 3.
3?
4. Oh, better make it 2.
Oh, thank you, kind enchilada.
You're welcome. Yes.
Man, you look just like this cat I know.
Ridiculous. I am unique. Hasta la vista.
Still 2 more. Where can I get a drink? You don't drink. I may start.
Yes, sir? Please, no high pressure. I'm a busy businessman, and I have complete and absolute sales resistance. Trying to sell me anything is a waste of time.
Welcome, young business type.
Good afternoon, young salesman.
You look just like somebody I know. Today, everybody looks like somebody I know, even me.
Oh, come now. Pretending you know me is your idea of a smooth sales approach. You're on the wrong track. I have complete and absolute sales resistance. I merely came in to browse.
How about browsing at these beautiful stomach clocks?
What a salesman. Your personal magnetism is breaking down my complete and absolute sales resistance.
Who, me?
I can't resist. I'll take 2.
I only...
All right, 3, but turn off the magnetism, I beg you.
The goon has struck again.
Sir, are you sure you're not my good buddy who I always have...
Absolutely not. But the way you can sell, I'd better get out of here before you convince me I am. That fine young man is a credit to this store and to the world of commerce in general. My congratulations.
I tell you, it's a secret something he's got inside.
Impossible. How could he have enough on the inside to make up for what he looks like on the outside?
Charlie, that boy has magic. He could sell anything. Let's move him up to bigger and better things.
You mean...
Why not?
Lie down, Herbert, and I'll send for Dr. Engelbach immediately.
Oh, come on. I'm just trying to figure out whether Dobie's going to buy me a bowling ball or a new fishing reel for his dear old lovable dad's birthday present.
Happy birthday. Dear old lovable Dad.
Dad? Happy birthday, Dad.
For me? A birthday present for me? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, what a surprise. Winnie, isn't this the completest, totalest surprise?
Goodness, yes.
Why, I wonder what it can be. It's too big for a fishing reel. I can hardly wait to see. It's not big enough for a bowling ball. Oh, boy, I wonder what it possibly could be. I still got no idea what it possibly could be.
It's a statue of Confucius with a clock in his stomach.
Oh, boy. Just what I've always wanted. Winnie, ever since I was a little boy, I've always wanted a statue of Confucius with a clock in his stomach. And now I got one. Oh, boy. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Gee, Mom, I'm sorry I had to let Dad down. I had a fabulous fishing reel all lined up, but I needed the money to help Maynard.
You're a fine boy, Dobie, thinking of your friends. And don't worry, in time your father may even grow to like your present.
Do you really think so?
No.
Hi, Winnie.
Hi, Sam. Have an apple.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, stand back. I'll beat this thing to death.
Look, Dobie's birthday present to his father.
Kid really hates him, huh?
Sam, would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Tell Herbert that you think it's beautiful.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. He'll say I've been wearing my police cap too tight.
Please. I want him to think that Dobie gave him a wonderful gift.
But just sitting here, it's violating at least 8 city ordinances and a federal law.
It's a great deal to me, Sam.
Okay, Winnie. Seeing as how you're the prettiest girl on the block, if that's what you want, you got it.
Thank you, Sam.
Hi, Sam. How are things down at the lodge hall?
Oh, not too bad. Boys want to congratulate you on your birthday.
Thanks a load. Some birthday.
And congratulations on your interesting gift from Dobie.
Pretty scary, huh?
No, as a matter of fact, I think it's beautiful.
Sam, you've been wearing your policeman's cap too tight again.
What did I tell you?
You see, Herbert, everybody likes your present.
Sure, Herb, you gotta be nuts not to be nuts about it. I mean, nuts.
Okay, you take it.
Oh, no. It's your present. Who else deserves it?
Sam, that wasn't a very nice thing to say.
Take my word for it, Herbert. Anybody would be proud to have such a present.
Oh, come off it, Winnie.
Sure, wait till you see some of the customers come in and take a look at that. They'll be crazy about it.
This thing? A dog wouldn't even have the nerve to bury it. But if that's a sample of what they call taste around here, then this is what they're gonna get. I'll give it to them for Christmas presents. Dobie!
Oh,
Dobie!
no, He's here.
Dad, did you call?
Yes. Where did you get this thing and how much did it cost? And if the answer to the second part of the question is more than $2, don't bother answering the first part.
Oh, Maynard's selling them for $1.50 down at the Army, Navy, and Civilian Surplus store. Dad, I know you expected a different kind of present, but you see, well, I had the
I'm
money.
going to buy a couple of dozen of them.
Bye.
You are? Oh, that's wonderful. Look, make sure you order from Maynard so he'll get the commission.
Herbert, listen to me.
Winnie, please. I am the business brains of this outfit, and I know what I am doing.
So make a big man out of Maynard.
And a bum out of me.
2 dozen? Are you sure, Mr. Gillis, sir?
Maynard, don't argue with me. I want 2 dozen of those things you're selling down there, and I want them delivered today.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gillis, sir. My friend Mr. Gillis, sir, wants to order 2 dozen of them power mowers.
Harry, moving them up was the smartest thing I ever did.
Oh, there's something fishy about this. Give me that phone. Hello, Mr. Gillis. Do you mind repeating that order? 2 dozen of the things that Krebs is selling? Yes, sir. That's what he said, you said. He wants to give them to his customers for Christmas presents.
Power mowers for Christmas presents? What is this, Gillis? Some kind of a nut?
Yes, sir, Mr. Gillis. No yard should be without them.
Yard? They'll probably keep them on their mantelpiece or on top of the television set.
You're all right, Mr. Gillis. That's the place for them, all right. Say, we better get those things over to him before the guys with the white coats come and take them away. Mr. Gillis, we'll deliver them this afternoon. That's cash on delivery, you know. It's the policy of the house.
Cash on delivery? 24 times $1.50. Winnie, have we got about $40 in the cash register?
Yes, I think so. But, Herbert, you shouldn't be hasty about it.
Certainly it's cash on delivery. Policy of my house.
Wait a minute.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see. 2 dozen power mowers at $49.99 each. Let's see. 2 4 that's a 6. Oh, no, mistake. Hey, that's over $1,000.
I know it's hard to believe, but I saw that Krebs boy on the bus. And he swore that old tightwad, Herbert Gillis, was giving away power mowers as Christmas presents.
Amazing. Last year he gave away free sticks of chewing gum.
Yes, I remember. 3 sticks to a customer.
I phoned my sister-in-law. After all, she bought some things here 6 years ago, so I figure she's entitled to a power mower.
Mrs. Knapp, I consider that a very dirty trick to play on poor Herbert Gillis.
Where are you going?
To phone my sister-in-law. There he is. Oh, Mr. Gillis, you darling.
No, ladies, don't thank me. I owe it to you for being such loyal friends. Although some of you look more like loyal strangers.
Mr. Gillis, do you remember that time I said you weighed your thumb along with a pot roast? Well, of course, I was just joshing. Because after all, how heavy can one little thumb be?
Mr. Gillis, you know when I called you a cheap, miserable crook? That wasn't me talking. That was my poor feet. They kill me in hot weather.
Well, quiet, ladies. All this commotion over one little gift.
One little gift indeed. Listen to the modest fellow.
They're fantastic gifts. Now we won't have to borrow them from our neighbors.
Borrow it?
Yes, you see, my husband's going to build a shed to keep ours in.
A shed?
I'm going to keep ours oiled at all times.
Oh. Well, with all the new customers I got, I should have ordered a lot more Christmas presents.
I should think you should have, because after all, I invited the entire Civic Betterment and Mahjong Club. What do we do with them?
What is this, some sort of a gardener's drag race or something? Get these things out of here.
Our Christmas presents. Mr. Gillis, you're a doll. I can kiss you.
I will.
I take back practically all the mean things I ever said about you.
Well, I know, but
You may be a tightwad, Mr. Gillis, but you're our tightwad.
I know. Just a minute now. Christmas presents. Christmas presents! No, these are not Christmas presents. Come, what do you guys think you're doing here?
Oh, here you are. 2 dozen power motors at $49.99 a piece. And to show you we got hearts, you can forget about the extra pennies.
Stop talking through your head. I didn't order those hot rods. I ordered those things that Maynard was selling.
Surprise! He's selling these. Now the cash, please, Gillis. Let's see, that's $49 times 2 dozen.
Times 2 dozen. Now, wait a minute. Hey, no, come back!
The rest of the mowers are in the truck. Help yourself!
Merry Christmas!
You're right, Maynard. It is spooky to see a grown man cry. It's amazing, Maynard. Since Dad gave out those presents, business in the store zoomed up over 14%. You'll probably have those power mowers paid off in only 11 or 12 years.
Crazy. I made out like pretty good too, you know.
Yeah, the commission on all those mowers.
Yeah, they paid me off in these.
This jungle, the muddiest swamp, the wildest beast. You rang?
Oh, it's only you, Maynard. Bye, Dobie. We'll be waiting for
Bye,
you.
girls. Bye-bye.
It's only you, Maynard. It's only you,
Maynard,
It's only-
please. No offense, Maynard, but as your friend, I ought to tell you why everybody says it's only you, Maynard. It's because you act like it's only you, Maynard. That's why. Look at you. Do you stand up like a man? No, you sag like a wet noodle. Are your eyes aimed up searching for success? No, they're aimed down, looking for failure.
Dobe.
Up, Maynard, not down.
Dobe.
Look at the stars.
Dobe.
Now- What is it, Maynard?
If I keep looking up, I'm not going to be able to see that purse laying there.
Maynard, I'm trying to help. But, purse is lying where? There. Right there. Yeah. Open it. Open it, Maynard.
Oh, man, it's like money.
It is money. Tons and tons of it. Here, Maynard, it's yours. Count it.
It's my money?
Yeah.
Here's a $1 bill. Here's a $2 bill. Here's a $3 bill. Here's a $4 bill.
$4.
$5 bill.
Maynard.
$6
Maynard.
bill.
Hey, Maynard. I think I'd better.
Dobie!
My friend Maynard G. Krebs may not be another Abraham Lincoln or Warren G. Harding or James K. Polk, but if there's one thing he is, it's honest. I mean, there was $512 in that purse, and honest Maynard's immediate instinct was to do the honorable thing and turn it over to the police.
Like over my dead body.
What else can you do with it, Maynard?
Swallow it.
Maynard.
Dope, I worked a long time to earn that money.
Maynard, you didn't work for it.
Oh, no? How old am I, good buddy?
18.
And I just today found the money. True?
True,
So 18 years of searching to find a measly $512 is only like a nickel a day. And that's the hardest work I ever heard of. So I got a right to keep it.
Right.
Right. Who are we kidding, Daddy? This money was lost by some human person. Maybe even by somebody like me.
Yeah, an unlikely prospect, but possible.
I gotta turn it over to the police so they can, give it back to the poor broken down cat that lost it.
Maynard, you're an honest man.
Well, leave us just say I'm like a great American.
Maynard, why are you just standing there?
To give you time to talk me out of this foolishness.
Maynard, I'm shocked.
Yeah, you're right, Dope. I gotta turn it in.
Yeah, on the other hand.
Yeah.
What if the person who lost this money isn't poor and broken down?
Yeah, what if he's like crazy rich or something?
He must be rich. Who else could run around losing $512?
Only like some wealthy millionaire like that, right? Right.
Yeah, not right. No, we can't keep the money just because it belongs to somebody who's loaded. They're citizens, too.
True. I guess I better get down to that station.
On the other hand...
Yeah.
Insurance.
Insurance?
Sure, they tell the insurance company they lost $512 and they get all the money back.
What's to stop them from telling the company they lost like $1,000 or $2,000?
Or $5,000.
Dope, if we turn this money in, we're keeping them from raking in a fortune.
Right. Not only that, but if you give the money back, it'll move the owners up to a whopping income tax bracket and they'll have to pay the government through the nose.
Man, we're doing them a favor by keeping it.
Right. Yeah, there's only one thing wrong.
Like what?
Like we gotta turn over the money to the police. Right. That's my friend, Maynard G. Krebs, square-shooting American. He went right to the police station, slapped the money on the desk in front of the sergeant, looked him straight in the eye and said,
"Ain't this where I get a license for my bicycle?"
Please. Either come to the point or get out of here, huh?
Good thinking, bye.
Maynard, you know you've got to give the money back.
Yeah, you're right, Dope. I gotta go through with it.
Yeah.
Sergeant, I found this purse in the
park. I want you to find the owner.
Squealer.
That he can say.
You're a good boy, Maynard. We'll try to locate the owner.
Maynard, you know you've got to give the money back.
I know, but my hand doesn't.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with this country. What? Too much honesty.
Here, Maynard, sign this claim.
Oh, no. The last time I signed something, I ended up with an 18-year subscription to a magazine all about how to raise chinchillas for fun and profit.
Sign it, Maynard. It gives you the money if the owner doesn't show up inside of 6 months.
Hey, you mean I might get it after all?
It's possible.
Ooh, I'll sign. Hey, I already signed. I must have been here before. Ooh, Dope, I can get everything. Ooh,
Maynard.
I don't want to be a wet blanket, but if somebody comes in here in the next 6 months and claims that purse, you won't get anything.
You think somebody might?
It's possible.
Nah. Who want an old purse like that?
Yeah, and all that old money.
Sure, Dope. Nobody will claim it.
No.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, that's a pretty spooky kid.
Yeah. Come on, let's get back to the card game.
Okay, whose play is it?
Your play. You picked the old maid again.
The next 6 months were enough to make a block of granite fidgety. I mean, if the owner of that purse didn't show up, Maynard would be up to his elbows in loot. There was plenty at stake, all right. And you've got to give Maynard credit. He took it easy and didn't get impatient.
Could I have my money now, please?
Maynard, I told you, you've got to wait 6 months.
I've been waiting.
How long, Maynard?
2 days. Ain't that close enough?
Out.
Like hi, Dope. Like bye, Dope.
Maynard, are you going to the police station again?
That's right, good buddy.
Maynard, can't you count?
I counted like real good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 days, Maynard. It's only 6 days. I said 6 months.
Details.
Maynard.
How?
Good thinking. Some storm, eh, Dugan?
Yeah, I just got another flooded street report.
Anybody who would budge out of his house on a night like this must be at least half mackerel.
You right?
It was a tough, damp 6 months. Every day Maynard went to the police station to see if the owner of the money had showed up. And every day they threw him out. On Saturdays, Sundays, and national holidays, Maynard went there twice. And on Saturdays, Sundays, and national holidays, they threw him out twice. The sergeant applied for a transfer 11 times. But in all those months, nobody came in to claim the money. And at last, Maynard's fine, shiny moment of victory had arrived. Almost.
Now, Sergeant, now?
No, Maynard, not now.
But it's like 6 months.
Yes, Maynard, it's like 6 months, but it's not exactly 6 months. You've got 24 hours more. At 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you can come in here and claim your money. And Maynard, I have never looked forward to anything so much in my life, and that specifically includes my pension.
But it's only one more day, Sarge. Why can't I have it now?
The law is the law, Maynard.
After all, Maynard, the real owner may show up by 5 o'clock tomorrow.
That's a terrible thing to say. Can I have my money now, huh, Sergeant? The money, please. The money, Sergeant.
Maynard, calm
my
down,
money,
huh?
like, please, like, Sergeant, like my money, like, please.
Down, Maynard, down! Your hot breath is melting my bed.
Maynard, will you please pick it up tomorrow?
Tomorrow? My money tomorrow?
Maynard, you've waited 6 months. You can wait one more day.
Yeah, you're right. I can be figuring out what to do with it. Yeah.
Officer Dugan, are the prisoners ready to be released?
Boy, are we ready!
We're ready. Come on, Willie, let's go.
Prisoner Alfred W. Montcalm.
Here, Your Honor.
Prisoner Willie Framis.
Likewise, I'm sure.
You two have served 8 months in jail for petty larceny, fraud, bunco, vagrancy, and loitering.
Loitering?
Your debt to society is now paid, and you are hereby released.
Bless you, sir.
And if you ain't out of town inside of 24 hours, I'm gonna run you in again.
24 hours? Are you kidding? When are we going to get enough money in 24 hours to get out of town?
Don't worry, little friend. Somewhere we will find the answer to our problem.
My problem is, what's the best way to spend all this loot?
I sure wish I had problems like that.
Well, it really is a problem, you know. I've been thinking about it a lot, and for a while I was a little scared.
What?
Well, when a guy becomes a millionaire...
You'd like $512.
Like, yeah. Well, when a guy becomes a millionaire, there's always a danger it'll go to his head. I mean, money could, like, change a guy. You know, make him all uppity and snooty. Well, Dobe, I ain't gonna let that happen to me.
No.
I'm gonna try to stay just as lovable and sweet and kind and good and true blue as I've always been.
I'm getting pretty misty, Maynard.
Dobe, why do you suppose everybody, like, loves me?
Because you're lovable and sweet and kind and good.
You, like, forgot true blue.
Excuse me, true blue.
That's right, Dobe. I'm, like, lovable and sweet and kind and good and true blue. But that ain't all.
Oh?
I'm modest, too.
Oh, yeah.
And I mustn't let wealth and riches change me. I mean, I don't want to be some big, powerful tycoon that makes everybody bow and scrape. I just want to stay the same sweet, beloved Maynard G. Krebs.
You're all heart, sir.
So you know what I'm going to do with the money?
Yeah, Endow University?
No, throw a blast.
A blast?
You know, a party, a wingding, a gig.
Oh, who's coming?
Like everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah, I invited the whole school.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all the kids who've been respecting and admiring me all these years, they're going to find out Maynard G. Krebs. Don't forget.
Yeah, I repeat, sir, you're all heart.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to throw the biggest blast anybody ever saw.
Tonight?
I'm going to have like all kinds of fancy foods, like hot dogs and donuts and music and favors for the ladies and favors for the gentlemen.
Maynard, you're having a party tonight?
Yeah, with hot dogs and donuts and
Maynard,
favors.
you don't get the money till 5 o'clock tomorrow. How can you pay for a party tonight?
Well, Dobe, everybody in town knows about the money I found. And rumors have been getting pretty exaggerated. The last I heard, it was up to $50,000.
$50,000? Yeah. Sit down, Maynard. Are you trying to tell me somebody's giving you credit?
Spooky, ain't it? One fella let me up a bill of $463.27 for the food.
Maynard.
He even advanced me $50 in cash.
Who was it, Maynard? A person would have to be crazy to trust you for that much money.
Dobe, that's no way to talk about your own father.
Maynard!
Do you know who else is going to be at that blast?
No, Alfred. Whom else?
A little old lady selling violets.
What a cornball racket selling violets.
Yeah, but this violet seller lost a purse that had $500 in it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and when that kid out there hears about it, he's going to want her to take it.
You know, I took one look at him. I knew right away he was a stupid kid.
Yeah, he's got a heart as soft as mush. He's going to beg her to take it.
That's brilliant, Alfred. Yeah. I got a question.
Shoot.
Where are you going to find such a type like old lady?
Well, let me see. Now, with a wig and a dress I can steal from my mother, who is just about your size, and a funny little hat.
No, you don't. No, Alfred. No.
Come now, Willie.
No.
You'll make a charming old lady.
No. Remember the last time you made me dress up as a dame to con the old ladies home?
Yeah?
3 traveling salesmen proposed.
Who told you to accept, you lunkhead?
No.
Oh, Maynard, this party is the most.
Nothing's too good for any friend of Maynard G.
It
Krebs.
must have cost you a fortune.
Like who counts?
Maynard, those kids are eating like there's no tomorrow.
Does your heart good to see the young folks eat, don't it?
Maynard, if anything should happen and you don't get that money to pay my father, you know what's going to happen to me?
Yeah, good buddy. So eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you die.
Could be right.
Listen, you cats, we're gonna have a swinging square dance now, so choose your partners. Hey, Dove, good buddy, will you call?
Why not? Now you're home and now you swing round and round with a pretty little thing. Alum and left and a right to your girl, a wagon wheel, and make it whirl. Whirl them high and whirl them low. Whirl that pretty little calico. Two little gals rush off the floor. Come on, boys, we'll dance some more. Come on, gals, grab a pal and start running out of the old corral. Form two lines of three, forward six and back to the spot. Flip those gals, let's make it hot.
Let them eat cake.
We're also running low on soda pop.
What's the problem? Call Gillis Grocery and order whatever you need. I'm very large with the proprietor.
Maynard.
Come on, smile, though. This is a happy day.
Let's hope so.
Oh, yes, it is, good buddy. This is the best day I'll ever have in my whole life, even if I live to be old, like 30 or 40.
I hope I do.
Come on, smile, though. You gotta look happy when you give the speech.
Speech? What speech?
The speech I wrote telling what a great guy I am.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Maynard, I don't think I'm up to it.
All right, good buddy. You must be tired from all that calling.
Yeah.
I'll give it myself. Friends, I know I express the gratitude and appreciation of everybody here when I say, like, thank you to Maynard G. Krebs. Now, why did Maynard G. Krebs throw this blast for all his friends? 'Cause you're his friends, that's why. I mean, you're friendly. I mean, that's what you got, friendship. I mean, what would friendship be without friends? You'd be like friendless. Like, right? But leave us not get too misty. Leave us continue with the revels, compliments of that great American, Maynard G. Krebs, who now invites you to step to the refreshment table for skinless and boneless Frankfurters.
Violence! Anyone violence? Violence! Oh, my violence, kind sir, please. Violence!
No.
Violence, sir!
No, but ain't polite to say no thanks, ma'am, to a little old lady like her. I'll buy all your violets, little flower type lady.
All?
Here.
Oh, thank you.
And keep the change, you poor pathetic.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. You are the kindliest gentleman I have ever met.
Yeah, I'm all heart. Here, compliments of mine host.
This is the nicest thing that's happened to me since that tragic day I first arrived in this city. Sonny, my name is Mrs. Melinda Parkington. And on that tragic day, I was walking through the park, minding my miserable business, when I lost my purse containing my life savings. Over $500. Oh, what a tragic day. I was walking through the park, minding my poor miserable business, when I lost this poor miserable purse. Oh, what a tragic day.
Hey, that's a You lost $500 in a purse?
Exactly 6 months ago, while walking through the park. Right down the street. Pretty miserable luck, huh, Sonny?
Pretty miserable luck, yeah.
Little flower type lady, how about something to drink?
Oh, no, thank you, sir. You've been kind enough already.
Oh, this posh old dear, like easy come, like easy go.
Maynard, this
How
lady
about
is
you,
just-
good buddy? Half a dozen hot dogs, a whole crate of marshmallow sundaes, just name it.
No.
Listen to him already.
Gatekeeper, don't spare the mustard. Those people are my honorable guests.
Maynard, there's something you ought to know.
Well, shoot, good buddy.
Oh, thank you for this beautiful party, Maynard, dear.
Oh, your pleasure's my only wish, lovely one. Tonight, let's go to the movies.
Oh, wonderful. Just the two of us?
Surely you jest. I'm no cheapskate. Bring all your friends. The popcorn will flow like wine.
Thank you.
Just a moment. Now, what did you start to say, good buddy?
Oh, Maynard, I don't know exactly how
Out
to tell
with
you
it,
this,
man.
but-
Speak up. Don't mumble.
Darn it, I spilled mustard all over my skirt.
Whoa! No guest of Maynard G. Krebs goes home dirty. Here, this should take care of it, my pet.
Oh, but Maynard, the cleaning bill won't be this much.
What tightwad said clean it? Buy yourself a new dress.
Thank you.
Here, buy yourself several. They're small.
Oh, you're sweet. Oh,
Whoa, come here.
thank you.
Now, where were we, friend?
You, Maynard, I don't know exactly how
Out
to
with it,
tell you
man.
this,
My
but-
time is money.
Well, this little lady has a rather sad story to tell.
Oh, here. Go buy anything a little old
Maynard,
tired heart
no, Maynard,
desires.
it isn't exactly a sad story for her.
For who?
Ma'am, will you tell my friend what happened to you 6 months ago?
I came to this town with my life savings. On the day I arrived, I lost my purse and all my money
Here,
was
you
in
poor
it.
old thing.
Over $500 right in that park, right down
here,
the
you
street.
decrepit old darling.
And since then, I've taken to selling violets and picking up a few pennies here and there. Oh, it's been a hard life, boys. A very hard life.
Here, you antique old lady.
Oh, it's certainly been a break running into you, boys.
Here, you creaky old person.
Maynard, did you hear what she said?
Yeah, she came here with her life savings, over $500, and she lost her purse right in the... Over $500?
In a purse.
In the park?
6 months ago. Maynard,
Yeah.
what are you going to do about it?
The right thing.
Oh, I'm proud of you, Maynard.
Yeah, nobody saw her come in here. You grab her from behind. I'll throw a
Maynard!
Station house?
Station house.
Something wrong, kind gentlemen?
Like wrong?
Like wrong?
What could be like wrong?
You look so pale.
Only on the outside. Inside, I'm kind of like worried purple.
Yeah. Mrs. Parkington, I think your days of misfortune have come to an end.
Yeah. And mine are just beginning.
Now, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You say the money is not yours?
Now, those are the breaks, Big Daddy.
Something's fishy.
We think it might belong to Mrs. Parkington here.
Yeah, this poor pathetic old creature's even worse off than me.
Nobody's worse off than you. Now I know something's fishy.
Sergeant, it's the truth. Mrs. Parkington lost her purse about 6 months ago.
Halt! I'm the law around here, and I'll handle this. Madam, how much money was in this purse you claim you lost?
A little over $500.
$512 to be exact.
$512 to be exact. My life savings. I must have dropped it in that little park right down the block.
And what have you been living on ever since?
I sell violets. Oh, it's a hard living. Especially in the winter when there are no violets. But once in a while, some kind gentlemen like these come along and help out.
Oh, stop. I can't stand it. That's the saddest story I ever heard, and once was enough. Here, poor little old lady. Take it. It's yours.
Oh, thank you, Maynard. You are a sweet, sensitive boy.
Is this the purse you claim you lost?
Oh, yes, of course, kind officer, of course.
Would you describe the purse in this envelope, please?
Describe it. Well, it was about this wide. This wide.
You remember, you poor forgetful
Yes,
old thing?
this wide.
How thick was it?
Thick? Well, it was about
this thick.
This thick. That thick.
And what color was it?
Color? Well, it was a
black.
Oh.
Blackish brown, that's it, blackish brown.
With a lot of beadwork on it, and an old metal clasp like falling apart, and 2 metal tassels hanging down.
2 metal tassels, a lot of beadwork, a metal clasp, and anything else that this little kid says. Now, may I please have my purse, Sergeant?
Please, Sergeant, do you want her to go back to selling flowers, walking the cold streets on cold nights?
Maynard, her identification of this purse is pretty shaky.
Well, what do you expect from a broken-down old bag of bones like me?
Let her have the purse, Sergeant, even though it'll probably take the rest of my life to pay the money back. I'll probably have to go to work. Work? Oh, but she's an old wreck, and I'm a young one. Let her have it.
All right. Here you are, you poor unfortunate creature.
Oh, thank you, kind sir, and bless you, my children. Bless you. Bye now.
Now, just a minute, just a minute.
Now, get away from that door. Let her go. This is a fine way to treat a little old man.
If Willie's here, his partner must be close by.
Right, I'll nab him in a hurry. Mrs. Parkington, you look different.
Maynard, you can keep the money after all.
Oh, drat that Alfred. Every time I put on this outfit, I always wind up in trouble.
Let's go.
Let go of me, you big ape. I'm still a lady, you know.
Get in here.
Poor Mrs. Parkington.
Dobie, we all owe you a vote of thanks, especially Maynard. Say, how did you ever figure this out?
Well, remember when she kissed me? Well, that was the first time I was ever kissed by an old lady who needed a shave.
Good work, Gillis.
Poor Mrs. Parkington, losing her hair and all. Dances like Cinstrel. Watch me show him a couple of real hip do-si-dos.
Maynard, remember what happened the last time you tried to dance with a girl?
Oh, I wasn't so bad. Inside of months, you had that leg out of a cast.
Maynard, those kids are good. They'll make you look foolish.
Who needs them? I can do that by myself.
If you go out there, you'll spoil everything.
Good buddy, whose hard-earned loot is paying for this blast?
Yours, Maynard?
Yeah, who went through like thick and thin, and rain and snow and muck and mire and violets and Mrs. Parkington to get it.
Uh-huh. So go out there and show them a few hip do-si-dos.
Yeah, crazy.
Dobie. Wants a gal who's creamy, Dobie. Wants a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own.
All right, Dobie Gillis, boy speed demon. I'll bet you're asking yourself, how did I, often known as Empty Pockets Gillis, wind up with a racy hot rod like that? Well, this is going to flip you. It all started with a bicycle. Maynard, your brakes. Pull on your brakes. Brakes? What brakes?
I was hurt.
Oh, it's nothing that tender care and loving hands won't cure.
You must have been doing 30 miles an hour.
Forgive us, my co-pilot has a heavy pedal foot.
I think speed is absolutely the most exciting thing in the world.
How dare we zip along like
and
that?
I just adore people who are crazy about speed.
Yeah, I know we shouldn't have been 30 miles an hour, my dear. It was at least 50.
Really?
Maybe 60.
Fabulous.
I'm Dobie Gillis, sometimes known as Speed.
I'm Charlotte Lamar.
Always known as Lovely.
You're sweet.
Yeah.
Skipper, call the flight surgeon. He'll have to start operating.
What do you think I'm doing?
Operating.
Insubordination. We've just met, my tiger, but already we have much in common.
Oh?
This love of swiftness, this passion for rushing onward ever faster, faster, faster.
Oh, Dobie, all my life has been looking for a boy who feels that way about speed.
Your search is over. At last he has appeared. Hi-ho, racing fans. It is I, Chatsworth Osborne Jr., the fastest and wealthiest man on wheels.
Dobie,
Okay, so she likes speed. Then speed's what she's gonna get. I'll dig up a racing rig that'll make Chatsworth Osborne Jr.'s little putt-putt look like the leftovers from a train wreck.
You rang?
Maynard, I've been thinking.
Yeah, I tried it once. I fell asleep.
Maynard, I thought of a plan to get Charlotte away from Chatsworth.
Man, you gotta be joshing. She's like bolted to the front seat of his hot rod. She only gets out for meals and exercise.
Exactly my plan. If a hot rod's so important to her, then I'm gonna get a hot rod.
Okay. Who are we gonna steal it from?
Steal it?
No offense, good buddy, but I happen to know your father, and it's a cinch you ain't gonna buy it.
Maynard, we're gonna join the Downshifters Club, where Chatsworth and all those other hot rod drivers belong.
I'm like scared to join a club, and vice versa.
Yeah, and then we're gonna build a car, like in that movie we saw last week.
Grease monkey on my back?
That's the one.
Man, what a gasser.
Maynard.
Those fellas into the 500-mile Indianapolis races with a car made out of an orange crate and an old washing machine engine. Ooh, and then 2 laps from the end, they run out of gas. But does that stop them? No, sir. Nobody will help them, so they fill up the tank with rubbing alcohol. They lose the race, but they end up with the jolliest car in the whole state of Indianapolis. Maynard!
I think you've got it mixed up with a couple other pictures. Would you excuse us, please? Please? Please, yes. Maynard, what I'm driving at is those fellas used American know-how. They put that car together with nothing but old odds and ends. Why can't we do that?
Sure, why not?
You bet, why not? All it takes is brains and ingenuity and mechanical savvy. And I just answered my own question.
Cheer up, good buddy. You always got me.
I'm very grateful, Maynard, but look, what we need is help from somebody who's got the brains and ingenuity and mechanical savvy we're short on.
Where are we going to find such a fellow?
That answer your question?
Zelda? She's not exactly a fellow.
No, but she's ape for hot rods. Watch this. Hello, Zelda. How good to see you. How very good.
Hi, Bunny.
Zelda, have you got a minute?
A minute, of course, or a whole lifetime, Snookums.
Mm-hmm. Zelda, Maynard and I were just talking about you.
Dobie, you got another warning slip in penmanship.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I want to talk to you about.
I do good in penmanship. They can't read my writing, so they don't know I'm the one they want to flunk.
Zelda, if you could have anything in the world, what would you want the most?
I've told you 1,000 times, Dobie. It's you. You, which my father says is an example of my limited horizons.
Thank you, Zelda, but I mean next to that.
You mean a...
That's right, a hot rod.
No!
We want you to work on one with us.
No, don't even mention them. It hurts too much.
Oh, it's what you were born for, Zelda. You're a mechanical genius. If you'd lived 5,000 years ago, you'd have invented the wheel.
Dobie, you are mean and cruel and rotten to even mention them. You know how I flip over hot rods?
Zelda.
My father will kill me if he ever finds me near a grease pit again.
What is he, some kind of a nut or something?
He won't even let me join the Downshifters Club.
Oh?
And you know, they offered me an honorary life membership in appreciation of my invention of a new fuel induction system.
Oh, well, we're joining the club, Zelda. You can work with us.
It's out of the question.
Very well. What must be, must be. But it seems a pity. We could have had such good times working together, shoulder to shoulder, hubcap to hubcap, perhaps even sharing the same lubrication rack.
When do I start?
Zelda, you're 100%.
You're like a real human being.
Tell me just one thing.
Anything, my pet.
Who's the girl?
Girl? Oh, what girl? Do you know any girls, Maynard?
None that'll talk to me.
You know who I mean, Dobie. The girl who's making you do this. Yesterday, you wouldn't have known a hot rod if it came up and sat in your lap. Now you're all of a sudden crazy to have one. I tell you, Dobie, there's a girl in this someplace.
Oh, Zelda, you've discovered my secret. It's you. You're the girl.
Oh, come off it, Dobie.
Yeah, come off it, Dobie.
Maynard, you're supposed to be on my side. Oh, Zelda, I'll admit I've been fickle and flighty on occasion, but don't I always come back to you?
And that's the way it better be, lover boy. The only other pretty hit I expect to find in this operation will be on a hot 8-cylinder engine. Get it?
Good.
All right. Step number 1, getting Zelda to agree, was out of the way. Next, step number 2, getting my father to agree. Now that I think about it, getting my father to agree is really steps number 2 through around 30 or 40.
Of course I agree. I agree 100%.
You do?
Certainly I agree. I agree that of all the lame brain notions you ever tried to clip me with, this one about joining up with some tribe of screwball, hot rod, unbolted nuts is way out in front as the lame brainiest.
Now, Herbert.
Oh, don't now Herbert me. If I had all the money now Herbert has cost me in the past 17 years, I could be retired and laying on the beach at Acapulco with a marimba band playing for my sunburning pleasure.
Dad, you're getting upset.
How do you know? Who squealed? Who's the rat?
I don't altogether agree with your father's reasoning, but he is right. I don't want my baby mixed up with these drugged strips and hot roots.
Mom, that's drag strips and hot rods.
I don't care what they're called. I'm against them. They're dangerous.
I saw one of those hot rods the other day, and it was so stripped down it looked like a 4-seated carburetor with tail lights.
Well, at least come over to the downshifters and look around.
We could certainly do that, couldn't we, Herbert? Get your father's coat, dear.
How about the kind of people he's going to meet over there? Oh, I can see it all now. It's Dobie's wedding. There he is in an oil-spattered leather jacket, while the bride comes down the aisle in lace-trimmed coveralls. They zoom out of the church under an archway of grease guns and jump into their hot rod, while the laughing bridesmaids shower them with old spark plugs.
Dad, you'd feel different if you ever saw the club.
Put this on, dear. We're going over there now.
Yeah.
Where do you intend to spend your honeymoon? On the straightaway at Bonneville Salt
We have to shut up the store anyway. Come on, Herbert.
If he's so bugged about fixing cars, why doesn't he do something about my truck? It's untouched by human hands since 1941.
Herbert Gillis, you haven't heard a word I said.
Yes, I have. We're going over to that hot rod clam bake. We're going over to that hot rod clam bake. Oh, no, we are not. You don't catch me in that joint.
Now, Herbert.
What did you say?
I said now, Herbert.
That's what I was afraid you said. Eventually, you've got to now Herbert me into going over there, and I'm not stupid enough to fight it. Come on.
Well, that's it.
My goodness, it started exciting, Herbert.
We give the kids a place to work, a reasonable amount of supervision, and a sensible goal. And the rest is up to them.
I'm impressed, Mr. Sullivan. Aren't you, Herbert?
Well, let's face facts, Mr. Gillis. A boy with a mechanical knack is going to fool around with cars anyway. He might as well do it safely.
What mechanical knack? This kid tried to fix an appliance in the kitchen last week.
So?
Have you ever had a refrigerator full of barbecued ice cubes?
Well, he'll improve. You'd be surprised what a boy can learn when he's interested.
And I'm plenty interested.
Now, all our club members take the Downshifters Sane Driving Oath, and they remain in good standing until they get their first traffic summons or a demerit on race or show days, and then they're out.
Well...
And our club members are serious and hardworking. There's no oddballs or clowns.
I'll wait in the car.
Showing off.
Mr. Gillis, a lot of what the kids learn here can be useful elsewhere, and they learn fast because they're in healthy competition. Now, look at them. They're getting their cars ready for our big original design contest.
The member who comes up with the best new design for a car wins that big trophy, Dad.
Man, with that hunk of hardware, I could open my own hock shop.
My, some of these cars are adorable.
Well, there's the Chatsworth Osborne Special, last year's winner.
Also, the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. I would retire the cup, but my trophy shelf is so crowded.
Son, You think you can beat that Chatsworth
Osborne Jr., and I've got a scheme that's guaranteed to win.
Yeah, it's called Zelda Gilroy.
Okay, then you got my permission. And don't let nothing stop you.
The entrance fee is $25.
You have just been stopped. No, I'm not even going to let that stop you. Here. Son, there's just one thing. If you don't beat him...
Yeah, Dad, if I don't beat him?
You wouldn't dare.
Here are my plans, so knock them dead.
Yeah, here's mine.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Beautiful, Maynard, but they're no longer building cars with 4 sets of fins.
Yeah, especially with 2 of them through the middle of the driver's seat.
Well, I was searching for a new look, but my plan's like flexible.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zelda.
Well, first of all, we need a mill,
A mill?
a power plant, an engine.
Oh, they cost money.
Why don't we build it on top of a hill and push?
We can get a wild V8 engine for nothing.
Oh, where?
Here, we'll get it.
It's at the bottom of Bass Lake.
It's a lump.
I can't swim.
It belonged to my cousin.
The water gives me goosebumps.
He parked it on the pier and the emergency brake slipped.
I can't even wade.
Don't worry, I'll get it. You fellas are going after the frame and the wheels. Now look, here's a list of junkyards.
Hey, I know these places. I get like a decorator's discount.
Well, let's get going. We gotta get to work.
Work!
Maynard. If I didn't learn anything, I learned one thing from this experience. A car is more than just a rag, a bone, and a hank of hair. I mean, to make the doggone things work, you've got to start from the bottom and build. Boy, do you have to build. Just the car, please. Just the car, please, Maynard.
Man, I wish we had an engine.
Yeah.
No bomb proof.
So am I, Maynard, but it's worth it. Good, hard, solid, honest work.
Work!
Maynard, cut that out.
Hello, Dobie.
Hi, Charlotte.
I hear you're building a car. How fascinating.
Yeah.
So, Dobie, you are the newest member of the Downshifters Club.
That's right, Chatsworth, and I'm going to win that original design trophy. I'm going to beat you or anybody else who stands in my way.
Well, how gloriously democratic. That's the spirit that made this country what it is today. The hope for greatness, no matter how lowly the circumstances of birth and breeding.
Chatsworth, if we knew what that meant, we'd be mad.
May the better man win, Gillis, baby. And after I do, I shall be becomingly modest, or as we put it, Osborne-ish. Shall we wait till lunch at the club, dear child?
Please, that Chatsworth Osborne Jr. One of these days he's gonna get his.
His what?
I don't know, but when I figure it out, he's sure gonna
get it,
yeah.
Well, team, it was a tough struggle, but I got our engine in 14 feet of water.
That's our engine?
Oh, it'll look better when we unpack it from that crazy-looking Excelsior.
Maynard, that's seaweed.
No kidding?
Yeah.
She's right, good buddy. Excelsior's like saltier.
Yeah. Zelda, do you think it'll run?
Well, if I didn't catch the bends diving for it, we'll soon find out.
Zelda, you're a whiz. It's marvelous.
It's like beautiful.
It's smashing.
Will it run?
Killjoy.
Don't let him ruffle you, Poopsie. It'll run.
You're sure?
You have my word as a lady. And as a brilliant, attractive mechanical genius.
I confess its appearance is passably chic, Gillis, baby. But a car without a perfectly working engine is rather like a human being without a brain. No offense, Maynard.
Go slow as stock or bomb, Chatsworth.
Maynard, that's Bond, but you've got the right idea. Let's start her up, Zelda.
Okay.
Contact! Everybody stand back! Like clear the decks, but take it off like gangers!
Calm down. We're just going to start the motor.
That's what my Uncle Malcolm said the first time he started his new car. Then him and the car ended up 6 blocks down the street in a cantaloupe bin in the supermarket.
Now, that couldn't possibly happen here. Everything's under my personal supervision.
Yeah.
Dobie, prepare to blast off.
Aye, aye, sir.
Keep out of my poor ways. I well remember my own early struggles when I was just a raw kid from the right side of the tracks. My style shall work through
Zelda. Yes, my attractive mechanical genius. I was a heel. You're wondering how I could be so dishonest to a wonderful girl like Zelda.
Dobie, if you win that award, I'm gonna kiss you and hug you and just never stop.
Does that answer your question? It was too late to be bothered by my conscience. The time for action was here.
Your attention, please. Your attention. We have completed the preliminary judging and the time trials. And the finalists in the original design contest for the Downshifters Trophy are the cars designed by Mr. Chatsworth Osborne Jr.
Here.
And Mr. Dobie Gillis.
Windshield.
And team. Now, the judges will now give these two entries their final inspection. Now, at my signal, will the drivers please start their engines so we may see them in action? Mr. Osborne, we will check your entry first.
Gentlemen, may I call your attention to the handmade platinum-plated cylinder heads? Chrome plating is becoming so passé, don't you agree?
I'm worried, Maynard. Chatsworth's cars are real beauty.
Just relax, Dobie.
Hey, let's sneak over there and hack it up with an ice pick a little.
Him too. Maynard, if we win, it's not going to be by cheating.
Why not?
There are too many people around and we'd get caught. Yeah.
Dobie.
Ah, Charlotte, your loveliness makes the beauty of my car pale into nothingness.
Dobie, I'm so sure you're going to win.
You have inspired me to these heights, my sweet.
Don't.
After my victory, what say we go over to the malt shop and drink exotic sodas out of my trophy?
Fabulous.
Don't. Maynard, please. All the ingenuity and brain power that went into this magnificent piece of machinery was for you, my love. Keep that thought.
See you later, my champion.
Yes, yes. Farewell, my inspiration. Oh, she's exquisite.
Yeah, and she's mad.
What? Zelda! Zelda! Look, Zelda. Zelda, look.
Now cut that out!
What? Zelda?
Hold this.
What are you doing, Zelda? Zelda, you can't.
Dobie, I can.
Good buddy, she did.
He's right. It was lighter under 14 feet of water.
Hey, Dobe, I got an idea.
What?
Let's cut out, like, instantly.
Bad thinking.
I got like another idea.
What?
Here.
Maynard.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, fine. Now, what if they ask us to start the motor?
Uh-huh. Then, what? You're like dead.
Maynard.
Well.
A very fine piece of work, Mr. Osborne.
Naturally. Now, may I have the winner's trophy now, or must we go through the hollow mockery of inspecting Gillis's little bauble?
Well, it is customary.
Ooh, I will hollow mockery you.
Mr. Gillis, will you start your engine, please?
Yeah, Mr. Sullivan, would you repeat that question?
Well, I asked if you would please start the motor.
Oh, yeah. Is there any chance we could call this game on account of rain?
Don't be scared, boy. You come from a long line of winners. Look at me.
Get behind that wheel and start your engine.
Yes, sir. Say, would you believe me if I said I get car sick?
The engine.
You wouldn't believe me. No, I didn't think so. No.
Excellent. Now rev it up a little more.
How very odd. There doesn't seem to be any exhaust. Oh, my son, rats.
Remarkable. There's absolutely no vibration. All right, Mr. Gillis, you may turn the motor off now.
Yes, sir.
Turn it off! Off!
Yes, sir, I'm trying to turn it off!
Judges. Your attention, please. The judges, after careful study of the two final entries, have decided that the winner is Mr. Dobie Gillis.
Hey, that's my boy!
Yeah, you see? Friends, I'm deeply honored by this great tribute. At such a time, I can only say thanks. I owe my success to careful planning, to Yankee ingenuity, and above all to the courage, loyalty, and determination of my engine. Well, I won the trophy. I won Charlotte, too. Every day I took her out riding in my car, and brother, it was the end. Where did I get a motor for the car? Zelda gave it back to me. She's all heart, that Zelda. Sweet, noble, decent, self-sacrificing. Me, on the other hand, well, I'm kind of a, well, sort of, let me put it to you this way. I'm a rat. Well, where shall we speed today, my swift dove?
I don't want to hurt your feelings, Dobie, but I'm getting kind of bored with this rod. It's not fast enough.
Oh, it can outrace any car in the Downshifters Club.
But it doesn't compare with a boat. Skimming like the wind across the water is my idea of heaven. Ooh.
Oh, maybe so, but who can afford anything like that? Anchors away, shipmates. Beat it, Chancellor. Charlotte and I want to be alone.
Oh, hush up, low-born person. Charlotte, baby, this little trinklet idles at 200 miles an hour.
Chancellor.
Charlotte, I worked Maynard half to death on that car just for you.
I'm just awful, I know. How thrilling, 200 miles an hour.
Well, we were running against the wind.
Fine.
The race is to the swift, earthbound one. Fidelio, full steam
Hi, Dobie. Where's Charlotte?
Never mind.
She dumped you, huh?
She did not. It was, sort of...
She dumped you.
She dumped me.
Don't fight it, Poopsie. It'll always be you and me. And you won't regret it because I am brilliant. Also beautiful and desirable.
Skimming like the wind across the water is my idea of heaven. Ooh la la.
That's true, Zelda. You are brilliant.
And beautiful and desirable.
And desirable, yeah. Tell me, Zelda, do you know anything about, speedboats?
Speedboats? You know, it's funny you should ask, Snookums.
Oh?
It's my next field to conquer.
No.
Yeah, you see.
Once a gal who's dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal who's creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and